And we should be live. We should be funny live.
Hello, hello, hello.
Whoa.
Hi,
Hi, what's up?
everyone. We coming through okay? We doing good?
Yeah.
Yippee!
Ooh, what you reading there?
Well, you see, I found a funny stack of comics in a sealed cursed tomb.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So I actually just to set the mood a little bit. I was telling you guys a little bit about this yesterday, Jay and Jake, and Jay was like, "Okay, you're unraveling actively. You got to save this for live."
It's true. It's true.
Yep. So the comic I have, I'm like 99% sure. My memory's foggy because it was like 20 years ago, but I'm 99% sure this is the first of the Archie Sonic comics I ever read. Would you guys like to guess? And hang on, I'll put the full res in mute chat for y'all since it's a tiny little speck on the stream screen right now.
Mhm.
Let me copy this image and put it in mute. But this is the cover of the first comic I read. Would any of y'all like to guess what the fuck this storyline was about?
I'm going to take a wild shot in the dark here. I'm going to take a wild guess. Was it about dragons?
There was a dragon there, but
Okay.
that's come on. you gotta get me more detail than that, Holly.
My guess.
Well, the
Is-
cover's gotta give me more detail
Okay,
than that.
hold on. Is the dragon a Chaos Emerald?
No.
Fuck.
Was the dragon tricked by Robotnik?
No.
Holly's a bit quiet.
Oh, I'll turn
Um,
Holly up a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah, let me
okay.
know how sound is. I'm
I can also
futzing
just
with
move my mic closer. That might help as well.
Yeah, there
Oh,
we go. Let me know how
sweet.
that is, and if I need to turn it up more, I'll teen. Friends are a little quiet. I'll turn friends up.
Yippee!
Anyway, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this dragon, is actually an artificial construct created to guard some source of intense power. And Sonic has been tricked into fighting it, or it's been corrupted somehow, and he needs to destroy it for the good of humanity. But in doing so, he will accidentally unleash the greater evil that it was stopping.
Shockingly enough, no. That sounds like a plot that should be in these comics, but not this time. Also, let me know how friends are. I'm gonna turn on my captions for me. If I can find them. Where do I save my fucking bookmarks?
I believe in you.
Oh,
There.
maybe I should turn my input volume up. I turned my input volume down a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you were.
You're a
very
little bit quiet. I turned you up,
did have
though.
to crank you up like 200% on Discord.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Because I was Here, I'm turning it up. I'm turning it up. I'm turning it up. I'm turning.
Oh
it
yeah,
up, I'm
that's
turning
better.
it
That's
up.
better. That's better.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. How's that? Is that okay?
Much better.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I was on stream, just like hanging out with friends, and they were like, "You're a little loud. Would you mind turning your input volume down?" And I was like, "Okay." And then I forgot to turn it back up again.
It happens
Yes.
to the best of us.
That's how they get you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah, so any more guesses? Any more guesses before I reveal to you what this fucking plot is?
I'll be honest, I'm fucking stumped.
Hold on. I got
The
one
dragon.
One more.
Is
Okay.
the dragon Knuckles?
No.
Okay. It's
The
red.
The dragon is a hologram. The dragon is a holographic projection like Hatsune Miku. And Sonic is currently inside Dr. Robotnik's special holodome. And he thinks he's in ancient China, but he's not. He's not in Mulan World from Kingdom Hearts. He is actually inside the holodome, wasting all his energy and time, while Dr. Robotnik creates a robot army to send out and explode the world.
Shockingly enough, no. Although, and I will explain this in a moment.
Jay and Jake are.
Yeah, I
Jay
turned
and I
y'all up
are
a little
so-
bit. Yeah, keep me posted on how sound is, y'all. But
Ye-
shockingly, no, that is still not the plot. The plot of this is a real ass fucking dragon is attacking Station Square, which is a problem because Sonic needs to relocate the human refugees who have been poisoned with robots to Station Square. There are 70 refugee families that Sonic has to help relocate to Station Square, which I believe is either underground or otherwise like a hidden valley type of situation. And the president wants to make Sonic a Fed and is like, okay, if you get rid of this dragon, we'll accept the refugees because we can't guarantee the refugees will be safe with the dragon. So Sonic has to go fight the dragon with the Feds. And also, this is a very special episode about
Oh, no.
relationship violence. I am
Oh,
not
no.
joking.
What?
Huh.
Just to put y'all in the mindset of what the fuck we are dealing with. Oh, and this is just the like cover story. There's also they usually a lot of these, unless they're doing like a big event, they'll do like 2 or 3 stories in an issue. The second issue is the start of a new story about the Echidnas by Ken Penders.
Oh, no.
As a reminder, this is the first one I read.
It's a hell of a fucking start.
And then you kept reading them.
And then I kept reading them for a really long time.
My fucking god.
So,
You good? You good?
no, not at all. Y'all are going to see me fall apart live on stream.
Yippee!
Oh.
So let me just lay out for let's do an introduction. Hi, I'm Puzz. Normally I play games on these streams. Today I'm going to actively collapse into a shell of a human being.
Oh,
Yay!
Puzz. The captions are covering Knuckles.
Oh, well that can't happen. I don't know how to. I think you can move them.
Oh, yeah, the captions, you move them on your own end.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
move
it's
them
a
on your
little
own
widget
end.
you can
They're
move
they're
around.
movable, or you can turn them off out, right?
What?
What's up?
What was the question?
That's a great question. I don't remember any.
You should be able to. But, I just wanted to...
Yeah. So I'm Puzz. I'm joined here by my lovely friends who I genuinely don't know why you all agreed to this.
I agreed
have
to this
discussion.
because I'm the one who made you do this.
It's true. Holly put a curse on me for fun. It was great.
I did.
It was actually genuinely great. So Holly's with me, my friend Jay is with me, my friend Jake is with
there.
me,
Buddy.
and my friend. So here's how we're good. Sorry, I'm also adjusting volume on the fly as we do this because oh my
Mhm.
god. But anyway, here's how we're going to do today. I have half-baked memories of the Sonic comics. Jay and Jake know nothing about the Sonic comics. Holly did a deep wiki dive about the Sonic comics and remembers some things about them. So,
Uh-huh.
today, Jay and Jake, and for a $5 donation, all of you can ask questions about the Sonic comics. I will rack my fevered brain for memories of answers, and Holly can also, if she has insight, can answer. And I'm kind of trusting you, Holly, to be like my wiki gal, so you can fact check me on my fevered.
Oh, you got it, boss. I literally thought, oh, it might be a good idea if I pull up the wiki like during stream, and then like I can look stuff up to fact check
Yeah.
it. So like I am good to go on that end.
Same wavelength. Yeah. So Holly is going to be my fact checker on my fevered childhood memories. And I'm saying that word a lot. It's because I can literally feel my head like heating up with knowledge as I unlock these memories. I have like a cold icy drink to cool myself off.
You can already feel the chaos effects.
Oh god, the chaos. I'm feeling it.
So yeah, Jay and Jake already have a couple of questions for you. I know, Jay, you were writing down some of your own, and I know there's a secret locked up evil one from Frankie, which I am so scared to receive.
Oh, I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, so they already have some questions, and if you, chat, donate $5 and include a question in your donation message, unless it's something we've already answered or it's like weird and creepy and against the chat rules, we'll answer that question as well. So if you donate $5, you get an answer to your funny question. Also, if you donate $10, Jay, who, remember, knows nothing about this series, will make up an answer that is wrong for fun. He offered actively to do this, and I was like, yes, please.
I will give you the best and most reliable misinformation in the West.
I am going to be so happy if anything you make up ends up being true.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, oh god, one thing he makes up has to be right. Oh, and if you give us about $14.99, that's about enough for a pizza, so we can get a pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Giggling Caduceus in chat, Caduceus, sorry, asks, can I get a pronoun
Yeah,
rundown?
absolutely. I'm Puzz. I use she and they.
Jake.
Jay, I'm he, they.
I'm Jake. Also he, they.
Hi, I'm she.
It's she.
It's
It's she.
she!
Figured if there's any new people here, that gives us them a chance to know our names and voices too.
Oh, yeah,
Also, oh
I'm
my god,
Holly. I forgot to say my
donation.
name.
That
Oh
is,
god,
It's Holly.
already?
yeah,
Oh.
that is from, let's see.
Oh god, I need to make this bigger.
Momentum gave $5 and says, Mammoth Mogul, Turtle Tails, and Silver the Hedgehog. Remember that?
Oh man.
That was, if I remember right, that was a later one. That was about when I wasn't reading them as much because, you know, I was getting older. I had other shit going on. I I was going through old covers to make the graphic you see below, and saw a picture of Mammoth Mogul and went, "Oh my fucking god, I forgot about Mammoth Mogul."
I need you to know that I heard you say the words Mammoth Mogul when you were reading that fucking tip, and my eyes just widened, just like,
Yeah.
oh man, here we fucking go.
What was Mammoth Mogul's deal? I
So-
remember his design, but I don't remember what his deal. Like, obviously he was a villain. Look at
Oh,
him.
I'm strapping the fuck in!
From like a meta-narrative point, you know, Sonic is the hero, and Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman, whatever you want to call him, that's the villain, right?
Mhm.
And that's like, you know, well, he's the overarching villain of Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise, especially the video games, but also like that's mainly the Sonic villain, you know. So it's like, well, what do our other protagonists get? Who do they like get to like fight and stuff like that? So that they're not just like, oh, we also just hate Eggman. So Knuckles had, I think his name was fucking Enerjack. Don't worry about it. And so then they needed a guy for Tails, and so they were like, well, who do we get to fight Tails? And so they made up a dude whose name was Mammoth Mogul, whose whole shtick is that he's been alive since the time of the dinosaurs or something like that. And I think he has like some kind of new emerald they made up, implanted in him, or like it's stuck in his belly button or some shit like that.
Oh my
And it
God.
gave him the power to be a super genius and also maybe God.
Oh my god. This is what we're in
Like-
for today, guys.
Okay, that
Also,
actually
he owns
ties into
casinos.
that ties into a question that I had on my little question sheet, which
Ooh,
is
yes,
to
yes,
say,
yes, yes, yes.
were there dinosaur Mobians in the past, and do they still exist?
I don't know if they
Uh,
still exist. I mean,
There were.
yeah, there's gotta be. I remember vaguely something.
What? Hold on, what's a Mobian?
So Mobius is the, I can't remember if it's the planet or the kingdom. I'm pretty sure in this continuity
It's
it's
the
the
planet.
kingdom. It's the planet. Okay. It's the planet that Sonic and friends live on. They live on Mobius,
Okay.
so residents of Mobius are Mobians. Although there is weird, like, there's like the kingdom that Sonic and friends are kind of a part of, and then there's the Overlanders, and there's like all the shit with Angel Island and
Hmm.
the mostly extinct Dragon Kingdom. There's a lot of shit going on with like different regions and factions in the Archieverse.
So specifically, funny enough, the dinosaur Mobians are called fucking Mobosaurs.
That's
Nice.
right. The fucking Mobosaurs.
I'm canon compliant. I'm canon compliant.
Oh, someone donated funny number. Hang on. I gotta
Awesome.
look at that. Where's my fucking, sorry, my layout is bad. Happy Frog Legs donated $6.90. It says, remember when Ken Penders put his own kids in a comic and they got to meet Sonic via Sonic pulling them into the TV? Yeah, that's right. I forgot those were
Awesome.
Ken Penders' actual real life children. We also have $5 from Best Man Mothman asking, did Sally enter into a homosexual relationship with a holograph computer Lynx? Follow-up question, how much ass does it whip? Yes, and very much. I had a
Uh-huh.
crush on both of them in retrospect.
Nice. I love that
I
for them.
forgot that was like a plot point, was that, you know, she had her little like flip phone computer thing.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Nicole
that a thing-
specifically.
Wasn't that a thing specifically from like
Yeah, I think that was
Sonic
from
Sat
the
AM?
the Sad AM, because the earliest form of the Archie Sonic comics, it's important for you to know, was based on the Sad AM cartoons. They were kind of
Hmm.
spinning off of that first, and then, you know, they just kind of kept writing and like making up their own stories, and things kind of started, becoming the 90s as comics
Right.
were in the
So,
90s. And
so it was. Oh, sorry. You keep going.
yeah, I was just gonna say, like, they just getting more like gritty, and then eventually started getting into Sega being like, well, okay, now you have to do a Sonic Adventure storyline to tie into
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure, because we got to advertise Sonic Adventure. And so they started
That's
doing like tie-in things with the weird like separate lore and world building they had made.
that's kind of an issue with the Sonic comics in general, is that like they eventually just started getting fucking bigger than their britches.
Yeah.
Where they wanted to keep doing like their original storyline based off of like stuff related to Sonic Sat AM, and then they also wanted to keep doing all their other original storylines they came up with, and also they had to keep doing storylines related to the plots of the video games, because this is a Sega tie-in thing, and they want to advertise the video games they're making so that more people will buy the video games, and so that Sega can keep making money, so they can keep paying the comic artists to keep making more comics. And so it becomes this weird, wild mess of just like, maybe mess is like too uncharitable, but like they are juggling 50 different balls at once while also carrying 5 different plates, and if one
There
single
were many
plate breaks,
cooks in that kitchen.
yeah, there are more cooks than fucking ovens in this kitchen.
There
Anyways,
were too many cooks in the kitchen, and also one of the like line cooks suddenly stood on a table during one dinner rush and said, "Actually, I own this restaurant now. You're going to make my food now."
Anyways, the thing with Nicole was like, oh yeah, well, we got the character in Sally's little mini computer. What if we made her like more of a character and developed her more? Okay, what if we made her, like have like an actual body so that she can not just be like a piece of software on a tiny computer, so that she can like like roam around the world and like be independent like that? Okay, what if we made her gay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then she just kind of became super gay, and
Uh-huh.
I, like,
Good.
14-year-old was like, I feel normal about this. Guess I'll unpack this in 10 years.
Actually,
This is 10
I had
years.
I had another question that kind of builds on what we were talking about too many cooks in the kitchen and
Yes,
too many
yes, please.
games. So do all of the games exist within the canon continuity, even the weird ones like Black Knight?
More or less.
More or less, but usually they adapt it differently in the Archie comics by necessity, because there's other shit going on. Like I was telling you guys last night, I didn't realize this happened kind of after my time. They adapted Unleashed, which that's a whole other can of worms. I was talking to y'all about that before we got live on street, that I have a real soft spot for Unleashed, and they clearly had to do like some different stuff to adapt that in the Archieverse, especially because Unleashed was a game where they were that was the first game after 06. So let's just say they were doing a little bit of damage control, and one of the things they did for damage control was, we are going to not have 30 characters in this one. We're going to focus really in on Sonic and his relationship with this new character. And
I feel like
that's
that's
going to
a
be
good
Chip,
thing.
right?
yeah, it really
name is
helped the
Chip.
game, honestly. But the point is, it was a very minimalist cast in the game. The comics do not have a minimalist cast, so they clearly did like some things to adapt. Like, okay, well, we want to have all of Sonic's many friends and allies who would, in this verse, very reasonably be invested in the situation, and not cut them all out because, well, the game said that it's just Sonic and Tails in this one, boss.
Right.
Oh.
It's also interesting, like, not just because of like, oh well, all the cast of characters we have to deal with, but also from the perspective of like, oh okay, well, this is our own world that we've established our own rules for. We have to fold all of that in with also the things that the games are now doing, and so that presents some interesting narrative challenges, I suppose, for the writers, which we can get into specifics when and if they come up.
Yeah.
But it turns out, when you have this like long sprawling comic where you make up rules about like the planet and the universe and its inhabitants and the multiverse, and then you got to go, oh okay, well here's these video games doing their own things. They don't really care much about continuity. How do we fit this into our own continuity? That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Ken Penders was super normal, getting asked to fold in canon echidna stuff.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, Knuckles is just here to observe. He's our bouncer.
He's just
Yeah.
having fun.
That's our friend Knuckles. He's actual size, by the way.
Oh, there's another, who just donated.
Yeah, Mechanomorphic just donated $5. It says, Unleashing the Penders Curse. Thanks. Any of you remember Locke and the Secret Society of Knuckles Grandpas? I sure fucking do!
Oh,
I
brother.
sure fucking do.
So, but
Oh, we're
before you
getting
get
into
into
this
that-
right away, huh?
Before you get into that, I will say, of all the things that I have like done fucking like wiki deep dive late night frantic binges into, I've basically not looked into any of the echidna stuff because I heard a little bit about it and then heard a little bit about Ken Penders, and I was just kind of like, oh, I don't care.
I don't want that.
Be gone from this house!
It's so much. I don't even know where to fucking start with this. The long and short of it is, it's bad and weird. It's you see, there's I don't even know where to fucking start. Knuckles' family is fucked up so much. Ken Penders just got so invested in doing like weird dad sci-fi fantasy journey and just slapping it onto Knuckles for whatever reason. Yeah, Knuckles was also microwaved as a baby to give him
Right.
powers.
Hold on!
Ken Penders was just kind of like, okay, so Knuckles the Echidna, right? And they've got like all these little bits about this like old time Echidna society and like the nascence of like civilization. Okay, what if I made that sci-fi, and what if I made that like a sprawling space opera with its own host of like 300 or 400 characters? And also, what if Knuckles was like a Jesus allegory?
Yep.
What?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they
I
literally
feel
just
like
went.
Ken Penders has some feelings about religion.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
I
get
feel
into
like
that
Ken
because I
Penders
don't
has
want
some
to.
feelings
But
about a lot of stuff.
yeah, they basically like Ken Penders took Knuckles in his teeth like a bulldog with a favorite toy and just kept running.
What do you have? What do you have? Drop it. Drop it.
The worst part is I also had a crush on the girl echidnas because they were cool.
Listen, sometimes women are really good at punching, and that's
Mhm.
epic. I
It's
understand.
true.
Puzz, I promise I mean this in like a friend way, but of course you did.
Listen, yeah, listen.
We love you. You're
Yeah.
predictable.
God,
but so am I.
we gotta
Y'all are.
y'all gotta hold me back, cause like it's too soon to get into the fucking 25 years later stuff. I can't do this. I can't
Okay.
fucking do
Oh,
this.
oops!
Okay.
I forgot
let's
about that.
let's start with something easy then. Let's start with
Yes,
something a
please,
little bit
please.
easier.
Okay.
I have a fairly innocuous question that
Okay.
I hope does not. Oh boy, I sure hope nothing bad happens when I ask this. So tell me, Puzz, what is a flicky?
Flicky is you know the little bird. You remember Amy's little bird friend from Sonic Adventure?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
a Flicky.
Uh-huh.
Flickies are
Mhm.
little funny bird guys that Robotnik likes to kidnap and put in his robots. I don't remember how involved they were in the actual comic verse. They probably were in the earlier ones because, you know, they were pulling more from like the Sad AM and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I don't remember them so much in the era I read, which was firmly in the Penders era.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Oh boy.
Flickies,
Mhm.
colorful birds.
Yes.
They largely live in like one area of the world. Just like some species of birds live in like a hyper specific ecology and
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
really
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
spread out
They're
outside of that.
endemic to a very small area.
Right. Flickies also live in another dimension.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah, there's a lot of other dimensions in this comic. Get used to that
Oh, yeah.
now.
That's gonna
Okay.
be a recurring thing. But because
okay.
specifically, and this is, I think, based on them trying to incorporate stuff from fucking Sonic 3D Blast, Flickies
Of course.
innately have like a psychosomatic power where if enough of them gather together, they will create a warp ring to another fucking dimension.
They're
Which are
fucking
called
unknowns.
They're
They're
unknowns.
They're
called-
fucking unknowns.
Oh, also, specifically, I should specify, alternate dimensions are called zones, because of course they are. That's the joke of the naming convention in the early Sonic games.
My
Smile.
god.
and
My
so
fucking god.
it should be noted they have no natural predators at all. And so because of that, they are extremely well-mannered, extremely trusting, and extremely easy for an egg-shaped villain to kidnap and turn into, like, organic batteries for robots.
Okay, that's actually really convenient because I had a follow-up question.
Uh-huh.
Every time you say you have a follow-up question, I get so scared. I just want you to know that.
Good. You should be.
Yeah, I should be.
All right, my follow-up question are, how do the small animals power Robotnik's army? Is this ever expanded upon at all?
That's a great question. That's a really good question. I'm sure, knowing the comics and the way they are, I am positive that they have given some kind of explanation, or probably even more specifically, several explanations that conflict with each other actively.
Excellent.
I'm not sure
Also,
if there
thank
really
you for the
is.
gift subs, Nightmare Judge.
Yeah, thank
hell
you.
yeah.
That's
Real
really
quick
kind.
before
my
you
God,
keep
thank you.
answering, Holly, I forgot to say while I was having a breakdown during the opening,
Uh-huh.
we have gotten over fucking 500 followers, which does not feel like it should be allowed.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you guys so
Huh?
much.
I think it's
Y'all have
allowed.
been
I think it's allowed.
What the
I
fuck?
think it's allowed.
y'all have been
I think
so supportive and so sweet, and I genuinely can't thank you enough. This has been a real fun thing for me to do this past year or so with the world as it is, and I've made some good friends through it. I've strengthened my bond with some of my friends here. Thank y'all so much for going on this funny little journey with me. I love y'all.
I love
Hooray.
you too.
We love you too.
Ah. All right, sappy time over. Let's learn about.
There's
Let's learn
500
about
of you!
yes. Don't worry about it. That's like 125 for each of us.
Oh god, there's more
Jesus.
following.
I don't think it's ever really specified, like, how and why, like, you know, using little critters for, like, robot power is a thing. I'm looking through to see. Let's see.
I know, and while you're looking that up, Holly, I'll say what I know, which is a little bit tangential, but
Okay.
and I'm pretty sure that this comes from, again, the Sad AM series. I'm pretty sure this emphasis was there too, but in the comics especially, there's a lot more emphasis on robotization of like sentient people versus
Oh.
necessarily like, put a flicky in the robot. So like that's a big threat.
Oh no! The Flickies are completely sentient and sapient. They're just also.
That's
little
true.
birds.
That's true. But like the active transformation of someone into a robot versus putting them in a robot to power it, like
I think
Okay.
that's just what it is in the comics, basically. Like, I think it is just the roboticization instead of
yeah,
like, you know,
I don't think they really
I
like
make
put.
a funny mole robot and I put like a penguin inside of it so that it has batteries.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much exclusively, if or at the very least primarily, I am turning you into a robot against your
Mhm.
will and erasing your
Right.
ability to function as a sapient person.
Mhm.
Ah,
Fuck.
that's twisted.
Yeah, that's the whole you may have seen if you're passingly familiar with the comics and the Sad AM series, which she's sourced from Bunny Rabbit, who I also maybe had a little bit of a crush on, don't at me.
Uh-huh.
But her whole deal is they rescued her midway through robotization, so she's got like some cyborg arms, but she isn't 100%.
Awesome.
Yeah, so she's cool as fuck.
So, do you want to know a fun fact about roboticization?
I'm scared,
Yes.
but yes.
So, you know how this is like Eggman's thing, his whole deal is, well, I want to turn everyone into robots, and then they're all going to be my mindless slaves because I hate the fun and I hate the nature and I want to make a shitty theme park.
Mm-hmm.
No fun allowed, right?
Right. So, in the Archie Sonic continuity, Robotnik did not invent this technology.
Oh,
It was invented by, and I quote from the wiki, the brilliant scientist Sir Charles Hedgehog, who intended it to prolong the life of the elderly and sick.
Oh, that's right.
My
Because Sonic's
God.
family is like kind of like a scientist family in the comics.
And also royalty.
And also
maybe.
royalty a little bit.
He's
and
Mickey
so-
Mouse?
A little bit.
Yeah, they're not like
So-
Sally level royalty. Sally is like the princess. She is the ruling party.
The
her and her
princess
family.
of what?
Of
the
not
Kingdom
whole
of
kingdom.
Mobius. Not whole
Okay.
kingdom. There you go. So specifically, what happens is Charles is like, making this, and he's going to test it out because his brother Jules, something bad happens to him, and so he's like horribly, like mortally wounded, and so he's like,
Mhm.
well, I got to save my brother. We got to test this out, and he
Mhm.
does it, and then realizes, oh, this has removed all semblance of like free will and conscience from my brother.
Hmm.
I'm going to scrap this and abandon this. Dr. Eggman at the time, who is a warlord going by the name Julian Kintobor,
Okay.
steals the technology so that he can stage a coup.
Great.
Also, I don't remember if it was this incarnation of him or a later one. I think this happened when they were like transitioning from like the Sat AM style Eggman slash Robotnik to the adventure style Eggman slash Robotnik, because there was a
Oh,
big
that's a
sound
fun
check.
one.
At some point, Eggman was a robot.
Yep. He got turned into a robot. And literally the thing that they do for, well, why does his design change? Because the robot body he was in got destroyed, and so he had to get himself another robot body. And of course, him being him, he had like 3 million spares in his closet, and so
Mhm.
he just like zooped himself, downloaded himself over into the body that looks like the Sonic Adventure Eggman. And then eventually, this like originally completely 100% like cyborg robot body he made for himself gets
Uh-huh.
hit by the de-roboticizer machine, and then he just becomes a human.
Oh.
Because the
Wait.
de-roboticizer isn't just takes people that were turned into robots and unrobots them, it just takes robots and turns them into meat, evidently.
All right. So,
Although
what
actually
would
maybe
happen?
aliens did that to him, I don't
It might
remember.
have been aliens. Sonic goes to space a lot in these comics.
Okay. Okay. This is not necessarily Sonic related, but what do you think would happen if I hit a mecha with the de-roboticization beam? What would
I think
happen?
that's just what Warframe is
Warframe.
about.
I
Yeah,
think that's Warframe.
I think it would just become a Warframe,
Awesome.
but like,
Awesome.
30 feet tall.
BRB
Or
about to
however
try
big.
something real quick.
Well, see you later, bud.
Bye, Jay, love you.
By Jay, who is not going to do anything morally questionable today.
Oh, and also
When
if you
have I
only let
ever
the
done
It's Bionicles?
if you only let the process go halfway, they turn into Bionicles.
Oh.
Yep.
Nice.
I think that's literally like canon to both this and Bionicles, like no exaggeration.
You need to fucking go back and reread Bionicles. I read it when I was a kid, and I have no recollection.
I know
I
it's
remember most of it.
I know it's still a very
Hi,
long
Belle.
while off. I know you've got other shit on your plate and like things that got to be done in like life and everything. But Holly, one day you are going to do the Bionicle stream, and I am going to clear my fucking calendar for it.
Same,
God,
same,
one of these
same.
fucking days.
Literally, like calling in work, school, wherever I am. Like, sorry, I can't come in. Holly's gonna teach me about Bionicles.
Sorry, I gotta call out today. I'm gonna be sick.
I'm about to enter a new realm of reality. Bye.
Sorry, I can't come in. My brain is about to melt and be reconstructed as a brain that knows Bionicles.
Just like the Queen of England, I'm about to enter a new phase, so I can't come in today.
You're entering your you know when you think you defeated the boss, but you actually just defeated like phase 3, and there's a secret phase 4 that's more powerful than all the phases combined. You're about to do that.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Does that make Bunny Rabbit a Bionicle by technicality? Sort of.
At the very least, she's closer than like a flesh person is to a Bionicle.
Okay.
Anyways, so we're gonna make sure Puzz gets the mask later. So let's go back to.
Okay. Would you like another question?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I have a lot of questions about the taxonomy of Mobians. So,
Good.
are
course
the
you
small
do.
animals? We've established that Flickies are extra-dimensional beings. That's
But
fine,
also
that's
native
cool.
to this world.
But
Okay.
also native to this world. Okay, cool. Are the small animals Mobians?
No.
Or are they something different? No?
They
They're
are
small
very
animals.
specifically considered non-Mobian creatures.
Okay.
It's like
Um,
how Mickey has a dog, but also Goofy is there.
Right.
Okay, so that's the rule system we're working on here. Okay, so they
It's
probably...
like we got humans, but we also got like
Yeah.
monkeys and chimps and gorillas and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and dogs.
Okay.
Completely understandable. Completely understandable. I was gonna be like, do they have like societies? But no, they're just little animals. That makes
Yeah,
perfect
they're
sense.
just little
Um,
guys.
So, with regard to the Mobians themselves, are there different species of Mobian that all live on the same planet? I.e., we're calling them Mobians the same way we call, a Tyrannosaurus or, a Holly and Earthling, or are they a single species with a bunch of different morphotypes?
Different species.
Different
Different
species.
species. Okay.
Echidna and human.
Oh
And
yeah, that's right. Sonic had a dog, and eventually they turned the dog into a sapient character.
What?
I-
Shut the fuck up! You're lying to me.
I can't. I think it was
you
either
call
like
me Knuckles?
I think it was either towards the tail end of the Archie comics or when they made the transition to the IDW comics, but they did eventually make Mutsky into like a character and
I'm
not a
looking this
dog.
shit up. I'm looking this shit up. I refuse to believe. I
Holy
gotta see this
shit.
for myself.
So then, the logical question to ask is, what is a Mobian?
It's a person who lives on Mobius.
Yep.
Okay. So I could be a Mobian if I moved to Mobius.
Exactly. I mean, there's some
Sure.
weird like there's some weird political stuff on Mobius. They might be weird about it. They might give you like a special weird name, and then there's a character arc they have about learning to understand and accept you as you are.
A very special episode about racism.
I can't fucking believe I started this series on the very special episode about relationship violence.
Oh dear.
I forgot
So-
there's a very big detail I forgot to mention about that.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh?
So y'all remember one of my favorite characters from this comic? My dear, my beloved Dulcie the Dragon?
Yeah.
Yes?
That's to her. They did that to my
Oh.
girl.
What?
They did that to Dulcie?
Oh.
What?
They did that to my friend
No!
Dulcie the Dragon?
Yeah, and like it was about as poorly written as you imagine. It is.
Hey.
Huh.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh.
Dulcie, my beloved, they did you dirty.
Yeah.
Dulcie
I-
deserves better.
It's of the level of like they clearly meant well, but were not
Right.
equipped to write something this
Yeah, like-
actually real.
I don't want to give the impression of when I'm like, oh man, another fucking special episode here that like, I don't want to give the impression that I think children's media trying to address, like difficult topics is like a bad thing. I think that can be
Mhm.
very valuable. The issue is that some of the quality of writing in the Sonic Archie comics makes me question how well that would end up playing out,
Yeah, it's not-
Yeah.
If
Ooh.
like I would maybe trust like some of the IDW writers to kind of approach it in a nuanced manner. I don't think they would, because I don't think that's what they want to do with the IDW
Mhm.
comics, but I would trust them to approach it with more sensitivity than this.
Yeah.
Also,
Mm.
It was like what, 2001, 2002. That was in the early days of we are going to actually be
Yeah.
sensitive about topics.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Bunny and Antoine are enormous girl boss male wife.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Antoine sucks, but in a way that's fun. Like
I have
sucks
one.
affectionate.
One more question about
Okay.
Mobians and their taxonomy. What is the correlation between Mobians and Earth fauna? Is the resemblance purely coincidental, or is there more to it?
You have no idea what kind of fucking question you're asking, my friend.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
So,
Oh no.
do you remember how a little bit earlier we talked about how the Sonic comics like dealing with aliens?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, but before I keep going, Puzz, do you want to field this one or should I do it?
I don't remember so much about this, so I am more than happy to listen and learn.
So, Mobius is post-apocalyptic Earth.
That's
Okay.
fucking right.
Hundreds of thousands of years ago,
Uh-huh.
our society existed. Fucking aliens came to Earth, or like we're near Earth, and the unspecified world government, but I'm going to assume it was the United States because they sure made it sound like that.
Mhm.
captures I think what is, just for the sake of more fucking funny animal cartoon melodrama, children of the species, not knowing they're children, and just does live dissections on them. And so these aliens are just like, I can't believe this. You would do this to our people. We're gonna shoot you with fucking psychic beams and obliterate you.
Sounds about right.
Like, use their powers to just like mutate all life on Earth or something like that, and it causes all of the humans to become like weird and deformed, and like if they're just not outright killed, and then it also causes all other life to start like changing and warping. It causes dinosaurs to come back. I think the implication is maybe that like birds and lizards and reptiles got mutated to become dinosaurs or something like that.
Okay.
And then after that, the fucking Chaos Emeralds appear for reasons I don't remember, and that starts making all of them sapient. And
there's more?
Yes, because there are still normal humans in the Sonic comics, because, you know, Sonic Adventure, that's got normal humans in it.
Yep.
Station Square is a fucking underground bunker refugee camp formed after a plane crashed into like a military base, I want to say, or something like that.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
so-
if I remember right, it's essentially like under a mountain.
Yes. And so they have their own like simulated biosphere in this undermountain dome.
Okay. Okay.
And
so
also
they've
it got
a
attacked by a
fake sky.
real ass dragon that one time.
Station Square, also known as the Hidden City of the Ancients.
Yep. That's what they called New York City in this fucking comic series.
Wait, okay, so was it New York City? Or was it a military base?
Yes.
Let's see. So, a number of small cities were hastily built in concealment underground to protect a small populations of humans from the gene bomb strike from the Zorda. The Zorda were the aliens.
Yep, that's right, the Zorda.
Hey.
The Zorda show up a few times, right?
They do. There's literally a plot point where they come back to finish the job in Station Square.
Jesus!
Holy fuck. So Splatoon Inklings are Mobians, this is what you're telling me.
Yes.
More or less.
Okay.
Splatoon Inklings are Mobians if you know, like, latent radiation wasn't the possible cause of, like, you know, weird biological evolution, and it was more space rocks from another dimension.
Inklings are what you get if the aliens aren't involved.
Right.
Okay.
Gene bomb.
Getting the T-shot called out a gene bomb.
My genes haven't changed yet.
Yeah.
They will, though.
Jay looking directly into the camera as it zooms in. Oh my god. And Holly, I actually have a question for you, because like I said, I was looking through the covers and like am reactivating memories based solely on what I see on those covers. So I need you to confirm something for me, because I've been thinking about that and I've been restraining the urge to look up the answer myself, because I wanted to be running as much off of just fevered memory as I could.
Okay.
Did Tails' fucking parents get sent to space?
I need to fucking look this up, because I don't know.
Puzz your tea, BT dubs.
Yes, I'm gonna take a sippy. My god, I need it. I feel the fever.
Let's see.
I've got my iced tea and I'm drinking with you.
So, Tails' parents were named Amadeus and Rosemary Prower.
They also
Tails was
don't
born-
look like him, by the way.
Oh, not at all. They literally don't. My god, what the fuck?
What?
I thought they
Tails
were
was-
like acorn relatives when I saw them, and then there was like a tagline like Sonic meets Tails' parents, and I was like, who?
What?
So, Tails was born literally on the day of Robotnik's fucking coup. His father Amadeus discovered Robotnik's scheme, and so Robotnik had him dumped into the turn you into a robot machine before he was able to warn anyone. And then they went and arrested his mom so that she could be dumped into the turn you into a robot machine, and before that could happen, aliens came.
They were afraid.
Oh, we are offline.
Are we back?
Hang on.
Hold on. They were too afraid. They were too afraid of the
They
truth.
literally cut you off as you were saying that aliens
Oh
came.
God. Okay, I can go through it again. I'll give you the quick spark notes. So
Yep. Oh, I think we're
Tails is
back. I think we're
born-
back.
Okay, cool.
Hey, hi. Can y'all hear us? Are we back?
Yeah,
I
are
don't know
we
what
alive?
happened.
Are we here? Are we here?
I think
Hello?
there was a hiccup.
We look like we're live on my end.
Okay, so the quick spark notes. Sorry about the hiccup. The internet happens to all of us sometimes. So Tails is born on the day of Robotnik's coup. His dad figures out, oh shit's going down. I gotta warn like the government, and so Robotnik grabs him and dumps him into the robot dumpster. Then sends the police robots to go kidnap his mom, and about to throw her in the robot dumpster. And before that happens, fucking aliens come and decide, we're going to abduct you, and abduct Tails' parents.
Are these the same aliens as before?
Nope.
Different kind.
Different.
Yes.
These are the BEM.
The BEM.
The BEM.
Gotta have the BEM.
I'm gonna post a picture of the BEM.
The BEM.
In your stream chat.
Please,
Because
please,
Hunagi.
Oh boy.
All right, let's
Oh
look at some
boy.
aliens. I love to look at aliens from time to time. I'm famous for
Huh,
doing this.
huh,
Hey!
The BEM.
What the fuck?
Huh?
Hang on, I need
It's
to
the
see.
BEM.
Oh yeah.
Why did the
Oh
pants
my.
have veins?
Oh, you
Oh,
know.
you know.
This looks like if Dragon Ball characters were bad.
It looks like if someone decided that the Grand Councilwoman from
situation.
this looks like if someone decided the Grand Councilwoman from Lilo and Stitch needed to look more like a girl so that you could tell she was a girl.
So the BEM are little green men. Because they're aliens in a piece of fiction, they're an entire civilization who only has one thing going for them, and it's science. They're all scientists.
Hi, Snail.
And they are the living embodiment of oopsie doodle doo. We made a fucksky wucksky.
Oh god.
What did they do?
Literally, they did multiple things under the pretense of, oh, we're helping, right? This is helping people out. And then make
No.
things worse. Case in point, kidnapping Tails' parents.
We're helping you so much.
Whoopsie
Right.
doopsie did a fucky wucky and kidnapped 2 entire people. Ooh.
Right, this is the good thing, right?
Can't help being a Gemini.
These creatures we saved keep crying about, oh god, our infant child. So ungrateful, really.
Honestly.
Disappointing.
Oh my god. Holly,
I
follow-up
really-
question that I
Uh-huh.
desperately need you to answer. How many distinct species of aliens are there in the Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comics?
I'm
Oh,
bracing.
boy.
I'm bracing.
Give me just a sec.
I want to
Let's
say at
see.
minimum 3.
So I clicked on the aliens category,
Oh.
which also links to individuals and not
Yeah.
just like species.
Mm.
So let's do a count here. Note that this isn't going to be completely accurate because it's saying things like Amy Rose from Sonic X is an alien, which
What?
no.
What?
I mean,
What?
technically all the characters in Sonic X are aliens, but that's all.
Oh,
that's
wait,
another.
yeah, every single one with the label Sonic X is just like a character. Like Sonic is one, Rouge the Bat is one, Big the Cat is one.
We could have a whole other stream just about my fevered memories of Sonic X, but we're not going to do that today. We have
Point
other
I'm
things.
getting at here. Lot of fucking aliens.
Wait, what the f is Sonic X? Just what media type?
Anime.
Sonic X is the
Anime.
anime from like the
Okay.
mid 2000s, I want to say.
But they also did a comic adaptation of it,
Yep, because of course they did.
which I think had its own separate continuity.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Guys, we haven't even gotten to the part where technically Mega Man is a Sonic character.
One of these fucking alien species is called the Blowdex. Hey, bro, why don't you go Blowdex?
That feels like a joke you would make to like someone who you think is a little too old to be playing Pokemon, but also you aren't like mature enough to be funny yet.
Yeah.
Why don't you go
Hey,
blow a deck some bitches?
I was just gonna make the Gex joke and be like, well, you blow Gex.
Oh
No, I'll
god.
pass, actually.
I hate that I said that.
Why would you say this? Why would you say this?
Because
Why would you say this?
we're
Why would you
already
say
in the
this?
curse zone.
It's true. No one can save us now.
So the
Especially not
Blowdex-
fucking Gex.
The Blowdex were from a planet called Thoraxia, which I guess was primarily inhabited by, sapient insects because they named it after the thorax.
Yep.
One of the other species that was there was called the Buzz, and they were constantly at war.
Oh god,
I
okay,
think-
okay, Holly, this is a tangent, but I just
Okay.
had like a half memory and I need to confirm if I'm right.
Oh,
Were
no.
the bug aliens related in any way to Charmy Bee? Because I remember Charmy Bee was a fucking prince and he was supposed to be like much older than he actually appeared. And there was so much fucking weird shit with Charmy Bee, man.
Let's go look that up, because the article on the Buzz says nothing about Charmy Bee.
Oh my god, oh my
We
god.
haven't even
I just
talked about the
remembered one of the
ants.
other very special episodes was about Charmy Bee.
Oh no.
It doesn't really specify. Oh, King Bee and Queen Bee were his mother and father.
Yeah, Charmy is a prince in
Co-rulers
this
of the-
continuity. There was a lot of weird royalty shit in the comics. I have some questions about that.
The Golden Hive Colony, which was one of the most beautiful kingdoms on Mobius, apparently, for whatever that means.
Charmy's a Mobian.
Right, and he's also royalty.
Mhm.
Okay.
Man, fuck it. Everyone's Mobian royalty. I'm Mobian royalty. You're Mobian royalty. My dog's Mobian royalty. Is there any more Mobian royalty I should know about?
Yeah.
Oh, insane.
You could maybe argue Knuckles is,
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
sense.
Of course he is.
I mean,
Why
he's
are you all
royalty in my
yelling
heart.
at me?
Because it's a joke from SpongeBob. You know,
I
Squid-
understand
like,
now.
He's Squidward, you're Squidward, I'm Squidward. Are there any more Squidwards I should know about? And Gary rolls
Gary.
in like a pickle between his stalks and goes, meow. And
I'm
then the lady
so
immediately
broken.
just goes,
Guys,
I'm
I'm so
leaving."
broken that I've forgotten about SpongeBob. Also, we have a $5 donation from Senior Bob who asks, are there any comic characters that don't have father issues? No.
No.
I think the only ones that don't are people who have never had their family life mentioned in any way, shape, or form.
Mutsky the
God.
dog.
Yeah, Mutsky the dog's fine.
Who's just a dog.
Yeah, Sonic's dad is doing okay, but Sonic's dad is also a robot, so he's got like other shit going on.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
dad-related trauma.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
think Sonic's grandpa, that we know of, did anything fucked up.
Mm.
That we know of.
That we know of. See, that's the thing. I don't know. I have no memories of if Mina Mongoose has her family referenced in any way, shape, or form. So I don't count that as father issues because her father does not exist to give her issues.
Hey, Chart brings up something I'm curious about. Do we know anything about Rouge the Bat?
Yeah,
Parent-wise?
she's a bat.
I think
Let's
Rouge,
look
funnily
that
enough,
up.
to my memory, is pretty close to how she is in like the game canon, which I'm not going to talk too much about that because there's some spoilers for Sonic Adventure 2, which we're playing right now, and I don't want to deprive my friends of funny twists.
There is literally no information about Rouge the Bat's family life.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Rouge is
I'm
just-
going.
Rouge in the comics is just like Rouge in the game. She's doing her hot girl shit. Don't worry about it.
Excellent.
She
Good.
keeps that
Awesome.
shit on lock. You don't need to know about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You just need to know that she's here to take your gems, and she's already gone.
But the one thing that's with Rouge, which, and this is like a fevered half memory, I think I saw a reminder of this ages ago on Thanks Ken Penders, great blog. Please go read it if this fevered conversation interests you in any way, because Bobby talks about this shit more articulately than I could ever hope to.
Mm-hmm.
Ken tried to make Rouge hit on Knuckles' grandpa for reasons, I think. Not his grandpa, his
Huh.
dad. Ken Pender's just like, hey, just what if for fun, what if the hot bat hit on the older guy that I wrote?
Great.
Thanks, Ken.
Thanks, bud.
Here's a link to the blog.
Yeah.
I mean, on the one hand, sucks. But on the other hand, I fucked your dad, shit lips.
I think Rouge would do that just to fuck with Knuckles.
Yeah. Yeah, that tracks.
Again, Rouge is just doing hot girl shit and causing problems on purpose for fun.
Literally just doing hot girl shit. Good for her. Good for her.
Hey, Max. Hey, Max.
Hey.
Do you know anything? I'm putting in muted chat and then I'll put in stream chat. Do you know anything about this cover?
I think this was slightly after my time. I'm pretty sure they did like a weird arc where it was like Sonic versus Tails or something like that. Yeah, I don't remember the specific story arc. This
I can read the official solicitation.
Yeah, do it.
It was civil war before. Now it's personal. The long-lasting friendship between Sonic and Tails has reached its breaking point. Can Sonic do what's needed to end the hostilities? Meanwhile, Tails' parents make their move. But how far will they go? On the flip side, how far will young King Elias go to protect his kingdom? The world of Sonic and his friends will never be the same.
So this is what the Sonic Archie comics were like, just consistently. I need you all to understand this.
I'm reading this out and I'm just thinking, man, I don't know what the previous issues are. This means nothing to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you came in the middle of an arc in the Archie Sonic comics, God help you. This reminded me, so I mentioned the one that I was the first issue I read. We've talked about that. What I didn't mention was that, bless them, my parents who knew that me and my sibling like Sonic saw these like in like, because you know Archie comics were usually in like the checkout line for like most stores because they're like dollar serialized comics. So they saw these and were like, oh, our kids like Sonic the Hedgehog. Grabbed one issue each so that each of us could like read one and then trade afterwards or whatever. The one my sibling got was the end, the last issue of a long-running story arc. I was lucky I got the start of a story arc. I don't know how my sibling processed any of this shit.
Oh no.
Oh god.
I see.
Oh, interesting point from Cavumentum in chat. I apologize if I got your name wrong. Interesting point for context. Tails' parents, like during their time in space after getting kidnapped by the aliens, were radicalized.
Yep. I mean, I get it. I probably would be.
Awesome. You ever get
Direction?
sent to space so hard that you become, I'm going to assume, a communist, because that's usually what they mean when they say radicalized in these sorts of comics.
Yeah, like it sounds between that and like the description of this story arc, it sounds like their conclusion was actually fuck the monarchy.
Good
for them.
Good for them.
Tails' parents have invented space communism.
Hooray!
Yeah!
Oh god, we haven't even gotten into Scourge, and I'm kind of afraid to, because Scourge has come
I know
back
him.
recently in the worst possible way.
I know him. He's green.
Yeah, Scourge is a character, and I think when we start saying things like, yeah, this writing was really good, or like this particular arc was really kind of cool and did some interesting things, I feel like 90% of the time it's because that's when Ian Flynn started coming on and doing stuff. Like, Ian, like, I don't know a lot personally about Ian Flynn, but based on what I've seen of like his work, seems like a cool guy, a good writer. I'm interested in, like, I'm pretty sure he's like head writer on the IDW comics, if I remember right. Correct me if I'm wrong, because God knows I'm rolling off of shit off the top of my head here. And actually, I think he's gonna be head writer for the upcoming The Sonic Frontiers, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, that's exciting.
Evan
Okay, so
Stanley
this
is the current head writer. Thank you.
He was head writer, though, for a while.
Yeah,
This
he
isn't
started doing a lot of
specifically-
really interesting stuff.
This isn't specifically the comics, but did the game with Sonic that had a sword ever come out? It's like
That's
vaguely
Black
Yes.
remember it.
Sonic
Black
the
Knight.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
okay.
on Wii.
Real.
That was on the Wii?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I think there were motion controls
Jesus.
for the sword.
Yeah,
There
because they were
were.
like, oh, this is our storybook series that we're doing, because we can't port our other, like, you know, big, ambitious next-gen titles to the Wii, so we're gonna, you know, make smaller, like, different in scope and, like, size type of games that we're going to put out on the Wii, and they're going to have, different theming. They're going to be about Sonic exploring different, storybooks and things like that. And that'll be a fun series we do. So we had the first one, which was, I think it was like Sonic dealing with like 1001 Arabian Nights. And then, we had the second one, which was Sonic dealing with like the Legend of King Arthur. And then that was it. And that was all we got.
Sonic becoming a werewolf was a different thing. And
No, Sonic becoming a werewolf was Sonic Unleashed.
And I will defend that game with my life, genuinely. Like, not even joking. I love Sonic Unleashed. I'm hoping that eventually there's a PC port so that I can play it on the stream, because I have a lot of love for that game. I think it did some really interesting things. The music fucking ripped.
Okay, thank you, because I vaguely remember hearing something about people just losing it over Sonic having a fucking sword, and
see, and
like,
that covers
happen?
up. That's burying the lead for the real selling point of that game, which is Blaze the Cat is a knight.
Huh?
Oh, hell yeah!
Because
Yeah.
it's Sonic gets trapped in the storybook, and because Sonic is in there, all of it is like reflected on like the Sonic the Hedgehog world, and so
Yeah, it's like Wizard of Oz rules, where it's like it's not actually the characters, but it's the it's people he knows represented as the characters.
Yeah. Every single character in the Legend of King Arthur is just
even a little dog Mutsky.
Every single character there in the Legend of King Arthur is just like, here's someone that Sonic knows. So like, I think fucking Gawain is Knuckles, if I remember right.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, that sounds right.
Good for him, honestly.
Also, Sonic gets the mysterious talking sentient sword named Caliburn. I wonder what that could be.
Well, guess we'll never know. Should we talk about the comics some more? I hate saying that because I don't actually want to.
Well, that's too bad. You've made your bed and now you've got to lie in it.
It's true.
I have a question.
What is your question, my friend Jay, who I trust so much?
Who is building all these goddamn loop-the-loops all over Green Hill Zone?
Oh,
They are natural formations.
They're natural formations.
Yeah, didn't you know?
Formations.
You should know. You're a geologist. Don't you study the loop-de-loops?
The world of Sonic Hog is just like that.
Okay. This is just normal. This is just normal for them. Okay. They just pop out of the
Okay.
Okay.
Need to stress again. Mobius is just post-apocalyptic Earth. The loop-de-loops are just natural formations, though.
Okay.
The rocks are fucky, got it.
So that means the little computer monitors that the power-ups come out of are also natural formations.
Yeah, that's what's left.
Robotnik left those.
Oh.
That's what's left of Twitch.tv.
Huh?
Huh?
If you break Twitch.tv, it gives you a power-up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm expecting my speed shoes in the mail anytime after the last stream crash.
Well, you just gotta bop your PC.
I'm gently bopping.
I believe in you.
Anyways.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, another question I have is, how did they ever tell us how Team Chaotix got into the private investigation business? Because if you know me, you know I have a very big Team Chaotix bias. I like them. I think
Team Chaotix rules, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if they were private investigators in the Archie continuity. I know they were in Sonic Heroes, and I'm pretty sure they were in Sonic X too, if I remember right, but I don't know if they were private investigators in the Archie continuity. I think they were just guys.
The Chaotix are Knuckles the Echidna's assistants as Guardian of Angel Island.
Oh my god. That actually rules. I like that Knuckles gets friends.
They are a private security force specifically for like ancient cultural relics.
That kind of fucks.
Dude. That rules.
I love that.
Yeah, that kind of rules is the problem.
There's just a character. Oh, okay, wait, no, okay.
They're night at the museum.
They're night at the museum. Except instead of a museum, it's an entire like cultural society.
Awesome.
Yeah. And as discussed before, Charmy is a prince for some reason.
Yep.
He's
also
security.
royalty.
Yep. I think he has like a fiance, like an arranged marriage. So there's there's like a girl Charmy there. I forget her name.
I think her name might just be Girl Charmy.
Is
I'm
she
gonna
just
look it up.
Girl Charmy?
I don't think it is, but the fact that his parents are just named King Bee and Queen Bee doesn't fill me with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Charmy
let me
is,
look this
I
up.
believe, 6 years old in the game continuity. They aged him up for the Archie comics and then aged him back down when Ian Flynn started writing more, apparently.
Right. Original continuity, just labeled teenager, but okay. They also explain the reason why he's so small and childlike because he was trapped in a fucking robot thing called the Egg Grapes for some contrived plot reason of, oh god, we need drama, and it quote unquote caused his mental age to regress.
Cool.
Anyways, his fiance's
God.
name was Saffron.
That's actually a cute name.
That's a really nice name.
That's a
I'm not
cute
gonna
name
lie.
for a little bee.
Her listed abilities are flight and shrink to the size of a bee.
Those
So
are
she
good
has
abilities.
all the powers of a bee. She can fly, she can be bee-sized. What else do you need?
She's Ant-Man, except bee.
Yeah, she's Ant-Man.
She's Bee-Woman.
Bee woman. Yeah. That's awesome. I actually really like that.
Yeah. Is
I think
Saffron in? I can't. No, Saffron definitely isn't in the new ones because they had to purge a lot of that shit.
Yeah,
I'm constantly
Saffron,
surprised when they manage to get new, like the old characters in the new stuff.
Saffron did not survive the retcon, and I also do not think was brought over to the IDW.
Yeah, we
Sad.
lost a lot of characters. Some for good, some for bad.
I think honestly,
Well-
when you have something as like, large and I guess ungainly in size as like this is, like going for a fresh start is kind of a good move.
I don't even know,
Mhm.
and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't even know if Penders quote took half the characters so much as he just decided to keep using them, and he was such a pain in their ass that Archie and Sega were like, fucking whatever, man.
Yeah,
I also
pretty
think
much.
that it was a lot of characters that like they just didn't plan on continuing to do anything with. So it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna show you, and it's like, well, these are all the characters you made up for your side stories anyways that we weren't planning on continuing. So like, whatever.
Yeah, like,
he did
oh,
also officially sue them for a couple of like rights
Yeah.
about certain
Yeah.
characters. So yeah.
oh no, he's gonna make his own cartoon about Dark Legion Echidna number 37.
That son of a bitch, he can't keep getting away with this.
My God.
Also, fun fact that I learned from What Happened, which, oh my god, What Happened is such good, like, brain laminator background.
Shout out to Matt McMuscles.
Yeah, bless you, Mac McMuscles. I learned from his episode on Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood that Ken Penders' lawsuits were in many ways directly responsible for that never receiving any kind of follow-up or acknowledgement.
I guess that makes sense given how that game was also about the echidnas, wasn't it?
Yeah, he basically like claimed that they stole their plot from like his Dark Legion stuff, even though it's pretty basic, like, oh no, there's a scary, mysterious villain force. We have to stop them.
Right. It's literally just like they did like a basic sci-fi thing, and also they happened to use echidnas for it, and then Ken Penders just like his face went beet red and like steam came out of his ears and his eyes like became 5 times their size and shot out of his head like he was in the mask, and he was like, I can't allow this.
Those are his original species. Do not steal.
Did you know echidnas didn't exist in the wild until Ken Penders like biogenetically enhanced like normal cats with turtles?
Yeah, it was fucked up.
He made them.
He literally mixed cats with turtles, and he somehow got like a weird hedgehog adjacent creature. I still don't know how he did it. The guy's kind of a mad genius.
And he cannot keep getting away with this.
He can't
He
keep
can't.
getting away with this. Also, the Immortal, we did have a internet hiccup a little while ago, so that might have been why.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, for a little bit.
You ever
That
just
was
think about
half an hour ago.
you ever just think about how cute echidnas are in real life?
They're very
Yeah.
cute.
They're so weird, and I mean that in the most affectionate sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're just
Love
little
those
guys.
crazy little guys.
They dig in the. I think they can digging in the ground for ants.
Hey, did you guys know that in the comics, Knuckles eventually had a baby brother, and Ken Penders fucking hated that baby?
What?
What?
Why?
What?
I'm pretty like this is half remembered like shit from both things I read and things from the Thanks Ken Penders book. I'm pretty sure that they did like an Angel Island story that was led or partially written by Ian Flynn, and so he introduced that. I can't remember if I'm pretty sure Knuckles' mom got remarried and they had a cute little baby named Kneecaps, which is fucking adorable, if you ask me. Kneecaps the echidna. Yeah, and because it was new echidna lore that Ken Penders didn't. Oh, Ken Penders made the baby. He was mad because one of the other writers made his full name's Kneecapian Mace.
Huh.
That is the best name you could give a baby.
Yeah.
My god.
Yeah.
My fucking god.
And yeah, basically the only reason Penders got away with this shit was because he was just really persistent, and also Archie and Sega fucked themselves hard up the ass with not keeping their paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they bungled their way into losing shit to Penders.
Yep.
The
Like-
people who could have had the power to tell him to cut it out didn't care to tell him to cut it out.
Yeah. Like if Sega had been like as like overprotective as most video game companies are about their IP nowadays, if they had been that level of overprotective, there's no fucking way Penders would have had any of the success he was able to have with this lawsuit. It's literally just that he was so persistent and they did not care enough and they did not have all that paperwork, and we're just like, man, it is more trouble to keep fighting this guy than to just go, whatever, do whatever the fuck you want.
Dude,
I wonder
literally.
if Penders' bullshit honestly inspired a lot of the kind of rigidity of copyright holding in game stuff now.
Especially with like how
But-
many like we're in kind of a golden age for like adaptational comics of stuff, like especially with various IDW comics. They've kind of been in many ways the leader, like, because if there's anything that can reasonably be adapted to a comic, IDW is probably done. We had the My Little Pony IDW comic, the Transformers IDW, Sonic's over there now. I think there's something else that had an IDW that I like remember being like, huh, that actually looks neat. But yeah, IDW does a lot of adaptational comics, and like, I'll bet you anything that like the stuff that happened over here at Mr. Archie's house had an effect on how they're negotiating that now. Yeah, that's another thing we haven't mentioned. There was a run of Mega Man comics with Archie comics, and they actually had a very significant crossover with the Archie comics. Like, there was a long-running arc of that.
I mean, of course the Transformers IDW comic had trans people in it. It's Transformers, not Cisformers.
Yeah, honestly.
Shout out to the Transformers, y'all the realists.
Genuinely. Oh my god.
I got a
Is
couple
the,
more.
like,
Oh yeah, Zim had an IDW adaptation. Those actually
Oh
look good.
god, right, that happened!
is the Sonic Mega Man crossover like considered to be like canonical to the Sonic Archie comics?
I think so, if only because I was like looking through all the covers the other day, and they didn't list those as like a side series or a spin-off or anything. They were just in with all the other
Huh.
stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
These things happen sometimes. Okay.
Oh, is
Zero
that
and Amy
specifically-
exchanged hammers.
Oh, right, yeah, that's a plot point that like Amy is like canonically one of the strongest people in the multiverse.
Yeah.
And Big the Cat.
Also, that reminds
Awesome.
me of something else about Amy that I half remember.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
So y'all remember how like there's cute little Sega CD Amy who's like she has like a little bit of a younger
Yeah.
feel to her, and then they redesigned her for Adventure.
Right.
If
right.
I remember correctly, and Holly, please be ready to fact check me to space.
Oh,
if
you
I
know I'm
remember
ready,
cor-
boss.
If I remember correct, I can't remember if it was like a ring or an emerald or like some sort of object of power. She made a wish on an object of power and became 14.
What?
I think that's true. Yes. Amy's physical age is closer to 17 due to using the Ring of Acorns. She is 11.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for making that noise right into the mic, but something broke inside my body and mind.
Not great.
My fucking god.
Oh yeah, they were going to bring Sally's dead mom to life, and instead Amy was like, "What if I was an appropriate age to do weird teenager shit?"
Uh-huh.
I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this.
Oh, it's bad out here. It's bad
out here.
I can't believe that we've been live for over an hour and I am only bringing this up now. The Archie comics were basically a fucking soap opera in terms of how many times they introduced new love triangles. They just kept inventing girls to have love triangles with.
Uh-huh.
I think that's called bad writing.
It's a little bit bad.
Listen, they needed melodrama. They needed more, like, dramatic stuff to drive up, interest in sales, and they already resolved the one love triangle plot point, so they gotta make another one, right? That's good, right? That's what the people want, is more of that,
Mina
right?
Mongoose exists pretty much exclusively to be a love triangle character, which sucks because she's cool. I may have had a crush on her too. Everyone stop looking at me. She was a punk rock pop star with purple hair and piercings. I'm only human.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, no, I'd have a crush on her too.
Bro, that's your OC now. Steal her. The cop can't stop you.
Honestly.
That's yours now?
I'm gonna steal... Legitimately, I'm gonna steal Mina, and I'm gonna steal Knuckles' daughter, because they're both too cool for Ken.
Knuckles has children?
Knuckles have children?
So we have not talked about the Mobius 25 years later arc.
The time skip.
Ken Penders wrote himself a cool time skip arc where everyone had kids that were his OCs, and also there was, I don't know, space time shit, and also it was really weird, like almost like it's giving them too much credit to say like classist shit, but like
before you go on, there's an ad happening, so maybe wait a sec.
I wish I could make the ads go away forever.
Would be nice, huh? Hi to everyone catching the VOD. Presumably you're not like having a live ad happening and it's just pausing your VOD, if anything. While we were recording this live, an advertisement decided it was going to happen, so I'm just like stalling for time and dead air until people say, oh yeah, the ad's done, we can listen to this again. So that we can get back to the wonderful, awesome subject of Knuckles the Echidna having sex as an adult, I guess. Okay, the ad's done. Let's fucking go.
Alright, so Mobius, 25 years later. Yes, Knuckles had sex. Yes, Knuckles had... He just had the one child, right? Sonic had, like... I can't remember if they were twins or if he had just had children twice, but he had 2 kids. Sonic had 2 kids.
I'm going to desperately type in Knuckles baby into the search bar here and see if that gives me anything.
Echidnas do lay eggs. Echidnas in the Archieverse do canonically have eggs. That's why Knuckles was able to be microwaved as an egg.
Oh, thank God.
It's not about the microwave.
Bro, if you
also Shadow stole Sonic's kid, and as a Shadow liker, that was the hypest shit to me.
Oh god. Okay, so I thought, little old me being a fucking fool, going to, Sonic's just like wiki page on this wiki, being like, okay, well, there's a sidebar, and one of the things includes relatives. I'll just like look through there and look for
no.
His son, right? So here's the list I have to scroll down. 18th great grandfather, 18th great grandmother, 17th great grandfather and grandmother, 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, etc., 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 until we get to, like great, and then a bunch of aunts, paternal cousins, cousin, a possible future cousin, great-grandfather, great-grandmother with a cross next to it, grandfather, another more crosses to indicate something, mother, stepfather, half-brother, cousin/girlfriend, and then possible future daughter, whom I must stress is the title character of the new series Ken Penders is trying to get off the ground, Lara Sue.
Yep,
I'm in
yep,
pain.
he's
I'm in
trying
pain.
so
I'm in
hard.
pain.
Also, hi, Frankie. I made the mistake of bringing up Mobius 25 years later. Strap the fuck in.
My head is in my hands right now. Not like this. Not like this.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna post a picture of her.
Thank you, Friendly Frankenstein, for adding permitted term girl fucking. Yeah, she's too cool
Awesome.
for Ken. I'm
here for
stealing
that,
her.
I guess. All right, here. This is a picture of her. I'm not posting the Ken Penders version because why would I do that?
Yeah,
Thank
no.
you. Oh,
Don't
she's
give him
cute.
the time of day.
Wait, what? What's? I thought the strands were already here. What? Okay.
No, that's Quill's. Hair's different.
Right.
But yeah, she's too cool for Ken. She's mine now. Look at her.
This, remember how we were going through our, like, I was live blogging Fossil Fighters to you, and we found, like, bootleg Indiana Jones Lara Croft?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a little bit that.
Yeah, Knuckles is bald.
Mhm.
Slap his bald head, okay?
Oh,
Yeah,
God, I like this one.
mechanomorphic. That's literally what's happened to me live on air right now.
Y'all want
No,
to
I'm
know
just-
a little bit of a thing?
Sure.
Since you bring up, so there's a very direct tie between Lara Croft, Gex, and Soul Reaver: Legacy of Kain because
yeah,
they
yeah.
all were involved. Like I think Eidos.
Yeah, they
Definitely
were all
Oh,
like,
yeah,
all of
IDOS.
them?
They were all IDOS.
yep.
Yeah, they were
Right.
all Eidos. Anyways, this is to say something Square Enix. Please let me hold my blue sun Raziel's hand again. Please.
I
Anyways.
think if you simply
Hey,
deserve a
listen.
character more, you get to take them.
Yep, that's yours.
If you put your hands together and pray hard enough, maybe, just maybe, there'll be a single like Easter egg in the next bad Deus Ex game.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay.
Anyway, Mobius
12
25 years
canceled
later. There was
games.
like 3 separate versions of it. One of them, which is the one I remember most vividly because oh god, internet. Fuck. Okay, hang on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're back. I think we're back.
Yippee!
Yeah, looks like we're back. Sorry about that. I don't know why the internet's being so much. Also, Frankie, to my knowledge, Jay has not opened the black box.
I think, is it time to open the black box?
Let me talk
Dude,
more about 25 years later first. Yeah. I remember distinctly at least 3 separate versions. One of them, which I remember the most, is the shocker, the one where Shadow the Hedgehog takes over the timeline, erases the previous version, steals Sonic's wife, and becomes an evil king. But that's not even the
Okay.
reason why I remember it the most. Well, there's 2 reasons I remember it the most. One, I'm pretty sure that Lara Sue was like basically one of the main protagonists of that arc because she was like, trying to help her dad and her dad's friend who's also the king save the time stream or whatever. But the reason I really remember it was because of the coolest fucking concept that I'm so mad is stuck in 25 years later and thus is never going to be used again. I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad. This lives in my head rent free. So y'all remember the end of Sonic Adventure where Tikal and Chaos seal themselves together back in the Master Emerald?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So one of
Oh,
the big
no.
things in this was essentially positing, what if someone with evil intent and evil energy released them again? And so one of the big villains of that arc was this terrifying, broken, agonized fusion of Tikal and Chaos just shattered out of the Master Emerald and trying to maintain form. And it's such a cool fucking concept, and I'm so mad it's stuck forever in 25 years later, where it will never be used to its fullest extent.
Sad.
It's such a-
That's why
sounds
we gotta
dope
feel
as
it.
hell.
Yeah, it's such a cool concept. Yeah, of course that was written by Flynn. Of course.
Let's just take that. Let's just take that. That's ours.
We're gonna make our own Sonic comic now.
Yep. Please
And
look
it's gonna
forward to it.
be basically just about stuff related to Sonic Adventure, I guess. We're gonna bring back Gamma. Oh god, fucking speaking of which, when you're done talking about 25 years later, I could talk about Gamma.
Yeah, that's about all I. Wait, one more thing. This arc ends with Sonic immediately trying to convince that version of Sally who like barely knows who he is anymore to immediately have the kids that only he remembers from the alternate timeline. That's all. Okay, I'm
What?
done.
Okay, cool, awesome. So Holly, would you like to talk about Gamma, or
Please
should
talk
I
about
open the
Gamma.
box?
So Gamma, my friend Gamma, E102 Gamma, the robot that you
Mm.
get to play as in Sonic Adventure, aka my favorite Sonic character in the entire universe, I suppose. So you know how in Sonic Adventure, the plot is, Gamma is this robot made to hunt down the Chaos Emeralds, and then he starts
Mhm.
like having second thoughts when he sees how like callously Eggman treats like him and his siblings, and how they're just like, means to an end and not like people, and they just kind of get like, haphazardly destroyed, and then he has to like, hunt them down to free himself and try and free them as well, and things like
Mhm.
that. And it ends with like this like really like for a fucking Sonic game in the late 90s, this like really like touching kind of heartbreaking moment where like he has to fight one of his brothers, and they take each other out, and then finally the birds inside of them are free, and they fly away together into the sunset.
Mhm.
So that doesn't quite happen
Uh-huh.
in um in the comics. What happens in the comics is that like, because they're also dealing with a million other characters and stuff happening like that, and also the other plot lines they're trying to do at the same time,
Mhm.
it sort of does that, but also when Gamma gets to the end and has to take out like his brothers, and he's gotten rid of all of them, um then he's still alive. And so he's just like, well, what do I do now? Like I've destroyed all of my brothers, and here I am, just like this weird broken husk of what I was, but I'm me and I'm alive and I'm still here. And so the fucking government, GUN, hires him
Mhm. Oh my
to
fucking
to
god.
go and continue waging a one-man war against Dr. Robotnik. And so he's just kind of like, well, this is all I ever known. Uh, and maybe it'll give other robots like me the chance at freedom. Uh, and so he goes and he does that, and they specifically send him to hunt down the last of the E100 robots in existence, E123 Omega. But Eggman is
Oops.
also sending Omega out to hunt down Gamma, because Eggman's like, well, I can't have a fucking rogue out here, like causing problems for me. And so, sends out what is effectively a robot who is superior in every single way. His chassis is stronger, his
Mhm.
armaments are like much more powerful. He's got a more advanced artificial intelligence, and he's been rigorously programmed to always be super obedient to Dr. Robotnik. Um, and so, like, they're hunting each other down in this like fucking forest in the middle of winter, with like, Gamma in the shadows trying to like wage guerrilla warfare, like try and snipe him down and wear him down. And like, this is a battle he's losing and knows that he can't win. And so he devises a plan B, which is that while he's trying to stall for time, he's programming a logic virus to
Oh my
infect
god.
Omega and rewrite his code to make him also, like self-aware and to like want to rebel against Robotnik. And so what happens is that Omega gets up to him and is like, all right, I have you cornered, I'm going to take you out, you're going to be dead, and I'm going to be the victor, the last of my kind, the strongest, the greatest there ever was. And Gamma just looks him dead in the eyes and goes, you can never kill my soul, and just fucking infects him and haunts him and turns Omega into a dude who's now like, all right, I'm gonna hunt down Robotnik now.
Fuck
That
yeah!
My
kind of
fucking
fucks is
god.
the thing.
That rules.
Uh-huh.
I love Gamma with all my heart. Actually, everyone who loves Gamma, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people who love Gamma are correct, and if you don't love Gamma, you're wrong. And I'm sorry, but that's just the facts.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the few specific examples I can think of during like that era of like the Archie Sonic comics that I know of, at least, where like they took a pre-established character from the games that they wrote in, did their own thing with it, and still gave it like an interesting and satisfying narrative conclusion. Like that's still cool. That's
Yeah, that
cool
kind of
as fuck, and
fucks.
also, like a conclusion that feels correct for this kind of character.
Yeah.
It's good.
I
That's an
love-
Archie comic? Sure is.
God bless the person who wrote that.
Okay. Speaking of robots, where is my friend Metal Sonic? Where is my friend Metal Sonic, who I
Which
like so
one?
much?
Yeah, there's like several incarnations of Metal Sonic in the
Oh,
Archie
no.
comics, especially.
To be
Like
fair, there's
I
also
showed you
several
Pseudo
medals
Sonic.
There's
You
also
did-
several medals like in the games as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bias is specifically towards the Sonic CD one because I just like his vibe.
Okay, so just Metal Sonic, ass Metal Sonic. Okay.
Yeah, just Metal Sonic as Metal Sonic.
So he gets a whole bunch of things going on.
Uh-oh.
He's allowed to be more of a person instead of, just well, he's the robot what attacks people. I
Good.
don't remember any specific stuff, but I don't remember anything egregiously bad either.
Hmm.
So maybe
Well,
that's
you can tell me about some of the other weirder Metal Sonics as well.
Oh god, can I remember any fucking specific ones? There's, let's see, for the first Metal Sonic in the original reality, see Shard the Metal Sonic. Shard the Metal Sonic, also known as Shard the Metal, or more commonly Shard, came into existence as Metal Sonic. One of the deadliest badnik models ever created by Ivo Robotnik. Was meant to be Robotnik's own version of Sonic, kidnapping Amy Rose as his first mission but suffering defeat. Rebuilt into a 2.0, who was then defeated by Knuckles and the Chaotix, even after turning into Titan Metal Sonic.
Oh god.
Returns is in version 2.5, kidnaps Tails as bait, and then realizes that he has a conscience.
Oh.
And then sacrifices his own life to save Sonic and Tails. And so, they recover his core, build him a new body, and he comes back.
Hooray!
And he's just allowed to be his own person now. And then he decides, okay, I'm gonna name myself Shard.
Awesome.
So what you're saying is
Awesome.
the robot is trans.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a trans-ass robot.
I'm just thinking like that's kind of a cool trans name, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely.
And also, I like this robot, so I've decided.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're bestowing the highest honor we have. Transing your gender.
Oh, Nicole, my beloved. I'm sorry, I know we already talked about Nicole, but I just like to think about her.
Rotating her in your mind.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Alright. Should I open the box now?
I think it might be time to open the box.
Alright. Here it is. The very special Frankie question.
Okay.
Quoted. This is completely 100% original text.
Okay.
Do you think Knuckles' dad was using girl power when his son Egg with special hero microwave beams edit addendum because of a scary dream he had?
You son of a bitch.
I need you to know that as soon as you said girl power, I just lowered my head into my hands and it did not emerge.
I like fucking sighed and I felt my entire chest just sink into myself.
Frankie, you've infected us with ennui.
I'm going to preface this by saying, again, I have like little to no context for most of the fucking echidna nonsense that Ken Penders got up to, and so I can't really give a fully informed, credible answer to this. All the same, yes, Frankie, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was using girl power.
Girl powers, but specifically in a Margaret Thatcher way.
I was literally about to say he's a little bit of a Margaret Thatcher, isn't he?
Oh!
I need to emphasize to everyone who is not brain poisoned like I am is what this sentence is literally exactly what happened while they were waiting for Knuckles' egg to hatch, because again, he's an echidna. Knuckles' parents laid an egg and waited for him to hatch. So while they were waiting for him to hatch and their precious little baby boy to be born, Knuckles' dad had a scary dream about some prophecy shit about like, yo, bro, there's the evil your son is the Jesus allegory. You need to give him powers. And his dad woke up like, oh my god, I need to give him powers. And so he took Knuckles' egg to his secret lab or whatever and microwaved him with energy from the Master Emerald to make him superpowered. And then when Knuckles' mom found out, she was like, bro, what the fuck? And she divorced him.
I mean, I think putting any egg in the microwave is grounds for divorce. Putting, like, your child's egg in the microwave, yeah, no, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Did she not find out? They did divorce. I know she left him.
So they divorced for different reasons.
For unrelated reasons.
It's because he put a normal egg in the microwave and blew it up.
Wait, hold on. If there's
They got
support-
divorced because whether or not she knew that he put the egg in the microwave, she knew he was the type that would put a Knuckles egg
Yeah,
in the
I think
microwave.
even after
so-
he microwaved him, he just was still being, like, weird about the baby.
Right.
And yeah, someone pointed out in chat, I vaguely remember this. Knuckles' dad didn't tell Knuckles that, like, his wife left him. He just let Knuckles think his mom was dead.
Oh, fucking course he would. Oh my god.
Yeah, they just divorced because he sucked, and then he stole the child and kept doing weird Jesus allegory things to him.
If it sucks, hit the bricks.
Didn't he
Real
also-
winners
this is
get
like a-
divorced.
I could be completely incorrect about this, but I don't think I am. Didn't he at some point also, like, let Knuckles think he died and, like, let Knuckles deal with the trauma of that, and then he just, like, disappeared underground and watched him through the special sci-fi TVs to make sure he was still being a Jesus allegory?
Awesome.
Yeah, he let Knuckles think he was the last of his kind.
Awesome.
He did so much trauma to Knuckles.
Great.
Knuckles deserves restitution.
Knuckles, get in the fucking robot.
Knuckles' life is a fucking tragedy.
Uh-huh.
There sure is a lot happening in these. Okay, if there's divorce,
Oh,
Is
Ken
there-
Penders Ken Penders led most of the Knuckles shit.
Right.
I think someone
Okay.
pointed out earlier, he wanted to do all this Jesus allegory shit to Sonic, but they were like, well, we can't give you Sega's literal mascot. You can play around with Knuckles for a bit, though. And then he was like, I will fucking take it.
Mhm.
God.
Oh.
Okay, so is there religion? Should I? I'm scared. Is
I-
there religion in Mobius?
I genuinely don't know. I think whatever the echidnas got going on is probably the closest to, like, a practicing religion.
I have wonderful news for you.
Oh, please.
Uh-huh.
There is, in
Uh-huh.
fact, an article on the Archie Sonic Wiki labeled Religion.
Yes, yes, yes. Holly,
Oh,
Holly.
no.
Holly.
So,
Holy shit.
religion is a cultural feature in which intelligent beings display a belief in and or reverence for a higher power. The belief is often evidenced by lifestyle that includes worship. Various cultures on Mobius are known to practice one form of religion or another. Religious focuses Illumina, a entity that governs imaginary world, a world made up of people's dreams. Having lost faith in herself, she split into two beings representing the different sides of her nature, the benevolent Lumina and the villainous Void. And they just look like Nights into Dreams characters because it's a Nights into Dreams reference.
Oh my god, yeah, Illumina is from Sonic Shuffle, isn't she? Was that the Sonic
yeah,
Shuffle
that
arc?
too.
Did the Sonic Shuffle arc introduce religion to Mobius of the Archie Sonic comics? Was that because of Sonic fucking Shuffle?
Oh, no. There was others. There was others. There was the worship of Solaris from Sonic.
That's right,
Six, that's
Solaris.
Solaris.
Solaris
Dude,
was big religion. Was Solaris?
dude.
Did they incorporate Sonic 06 into the Archie comics? I need to know right now. I need to know right now. Please. Was
Okay,
there a Sonic
can I
06 arc in the Archie Sonic comics?
Yeah.
Pause, breathe. Pause, breathe.
I don't
So
need to breathe
specifically-
anymore. I've ascended to a new plane of existence.
Specifically, the only mention of Solaris in the context of the comics is a mention in something called the Complete Sonic Comic Encyclopedia. It is the official, quote, go-to resource for details on the Archie Sonic canon, comprised of a number of data files detailing characters, places, and events from the Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comic universe. It is a near complete compilation of information on the original pre-Super Genesis wave continuity. That is the only place it is mentioned, but they do talk about, how the events happened and then how this guy was defeated and erased from history. You know why that never actually appears in the comics? Because all of that was in universe canonically retconned. That's the plot of Sonic 06, is that Sonic 06 is retconned.
Shit.
That's
Right.
fucking
Thank
right.
God.
That sucks,
So-
though.
Also, we did
because-
talk a bit about Amy and her deal. It sucks. I made a new kind of noise. Also, I know I
It's
had that
bad.
whole moment, but I do need you to know that right after I had that whole moment, I did in fact have to lean back and grab my coffee because I was getting lightheaded and needed to take a sippy. Something's happening to
Blasphemous
me. I'm
thoughts.
scared.
So there's other religions.
Mhm.
There are the ancient walkers, who are like specifically like dinosaurs still. And then
Also,
there's
Frank.
the neo walkers.
Oh my. Okay, so two things. One, we haven't talked about the Fleetway comics because I don't have any knowledge of the Fleetway comics. I came into like the Archie comics very like much at like when the Ken Penders era was revving into Overdrive. Secondly, we just had a headcanon redemption. Friendly
I'm ready,
Frankenstein,
I'm
our
ready.
friend Friendly Frankenstein wants to know, where would Amy take Shadow to in the mall to have a nice
I have
time?
an idea. I have an
Okay.
idea for this. I have an idea for this.
Mhm.
I think that Amy is going to take Shadow to Claire's.
I was also
then to
going
Hot
to say
Topic.
Claire's.
No. Well, okay, depending on what time, but definitely Hot Topic, but also I feel like he would enjoy having a little bit of time at Lush.
Yes. Oh
You're
my
right,
god.
you're right.
You know what? I think this is a scenario I'm playing out in my mind. Amy takes him to Hot
Mhm.
Topic because that's like the obvious choice.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, I don't think he would hate it, but I don't think he'd find it anything special either. She takes him
Yeah.
to Claire's next. He's kind of like, he'll fidget with like the charms and such. It's interesting. This is new things. She takes him to Lush. He will not leave the Lush. He's going to let every nice girl at Lush show him how the lotions work and soak his hands in the bath bomb water. He will be there for hours just letting different Lush employees lead him around to different sinks.
That is correct.
And he fucking leaves with a big fucking bag of Lush stuff, and damn it, fucking Amy and him, they're besties now. Fuck it. In my head, they're besties. I don't know things about.
Banana and lavender scented, huh? This is the ultimate cleanliness.
He's like, he is deep, and he's like, no, you don't understand. This is part of the recommended skincare regimen.
You
I
can't
think-
be the ultimate life form without smooth, clear skin and good hygiene.
Shadow has Robotnik's credit card. You're so right. Rouge stole it for him. She stole it for him and stuck it in his back pocket before they left.
Yes! Anyways, he
think
comes
that-
out with 3 new pairs of trip pants, a fucking, like, 26 pounds of soap. It's a good time.
And some jelly bracelets from Claire's because they were
Oh,
cute.
absolutely.
See, here's the thing. I think definitely the soaps and the jelly bracelets. Like, I think he gets weirdly into the jelly bracelets and cannot understand why. I think Amy buys the trip pants under the excuse that they're for him, and then she is the only one who wears them.
They're for her.
Yes! She
And a
got the
chocolate
hot pink
bar.
ones.
My genuine thought about the Claire's part of this arc is that it's like this is so cultural exchange for Shadow. He's going through the store with Amy, and Amy is telling him, all about all these different accessories and how to pair them and like what to pair them with, and he's like, yes, I see.
Yeah,
and then
he
he
is
spends like 3 hours. Yeah.
he is treating this like a fucking history lesson. He is enraptured. He is taking notes in his mind.
Yeah, he's
Now-
writing it all down in his mind palace.
Awesome.
Also, if this happens around, I think about 2005, there's absolutely a trip to Limited 2 because Amy needs to get
Yes!
herself some fucking Neopets shit. Alright? Alright.
Yes. Oh, the limited to Neopets lines. Oh, the fluffy
I
CD
used to get-
cases.
I had
Oh.
one of the fluffy CD cases, and it was a Cloud Aisha one.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
I don't think they had those in Canada.
Damn. I think it's a different name now. And Hot Topic isn't. Yeah, exactly. Like, it still has the giant archway made out of, like, gothic fucking, like, robot arms coming out of it, and, like, the logo still is all, like, extra edgy just for Shadow and Baby Me.
God, yes. It's fucking Amy at the
He gets,
big
like,
Amy at the big chunky library computer explaining her Neopets dailies to Shadow, who is listening with rapt attention.
fucking Shadow becomes the next bitch who's able to be like, Amy, I got you the Tyrion?
Yeah, Darrigan?
Tyranian?
Tyranian?
Oh god, his new gender is Darrigan.
Yep.
Oh, Neopets, I see. I'm going to make myself an account on this website and raise the ultimate life form. I'm going to get myself a Kachik. Their power is maximum.
He becomes the best Battle Dome user in all of Neopets.
You see, I've been getting really into trading negs recently.
You need to do that to be good at Battle Dome. It's the fucked up
Amy,
thing.
help.
Let me-
I can't afford any paintbrushes. Help.
Let me show you my true power, my collection of every Tyranian omelet.
Oh,
This rules. I love this world we've built. I want to live here.
this is nice. I like this.
Draws art of his Neopets, but in the how to draw manga style. Now you're just adding me at age 12, and that's me.
Look, me at age 12 was doing that, but in bad Danny Phantom style. So, fair.
We have gone down a hell of a rabbit hole, but my god, what a beautiful
bit.
rabbit hole it
was
is.
worth it. It was worth it. I'm living here now. I'm living
Yeah,
here now.
we
I'm
should
going
be
to write-
allowed to write the comics. It should be about Amy and Shadow go Hot Topic. Yeah, I like them being bestie. Admittedly, I was a
besties.
Shed Amy person as a child, but I have a soft spot for them being besties. I think they should be. I
They're
think they should hang out.
Hold on. Puzz.
I'm looking at you,
You
so
and me
sweet.
being friends is just kind of Amy and Shadow.
It kind of is.
Yeah, it is.
a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit more than a little bit.
God damn it, son of a bitch.
We are the goth guy going through some shit and the pink girl with big hammer.
Bonk.
Oh my god, yes, Amy and Shadow go to Build-A-Bear.
Yes! Oh my god.
They give him the little speech about putting all your love in the heart so that you put it into your best friend, and Shadow starts actively crying in the Build-A-Bear.
Maria, this is what you wanted.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, like full-on ugly sobbing.
Oh.
Oh, and Umbreon, yeah, that's the vibe. We are getting anachronistic with all this shit, but I love it.
There's no timeline
Shadow
except the timeline
nervously
that's gonna
taking off his restraint bracelets to charge up his teddy bear heart.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it.
Forgive me. I need to go all out with this bear.
Amy running over like, no.
I'm picturing the little like heart rotating in the air, charged with power, crackling. You can smell the
Plays
ozone.
Gardens in the IDW comics. I need to get into the IDW comics. That would heal me as a person who grew up on the Archie comics.
I think you've deserved and earned.
Yeah. I know that I've seen lots of little bits and pieces from the IDW comics which made me think they're kind of the most charming shit in the world, and I know they did my boy Silver so good. Oh, my little
thank
boy.
goodness.
My little boy.
Silver deserves it.
I have a soft spot for Silver. I know fucking Sonic 06, and
I think he's a fun character that has kind of got done dirty right at the start because
Literally
of his source
exactly
material.
that. And the IDW comics figured out exactly how to write him, which is he is someone who has grown up in tough times, and so the world is just fascinating and beautiful to him. And that's exactly how
Oh.
you fucking write Silver.
Good.
Yeah.
God.
He is amazed by the wonders of the world.
Yippee!
Oh my god, can Amy and Shadow take him to Claire's also?
Yes.
Get their ears pierced together!
This rules. This
He's
rules.
about
like
to
them a
monologue
lot.
about the creation of life, and Amy just goes, "That's fucking dope." Okay, this is going wildly off topic, but I'm just gonna say, Amy learns swears. Everyone thinks it's Shadow's fault because they've been hanging out. It's Rouge. It's Rouge. Rouge taught her to
Oh,
it's
swear.
Rouge.
Rouge.
Hey there, everybody. I'm gonna teach you what fuck means.
Hooray! Poor Tails is in tears, like, no, you can't say that. You can't say those words.
We're not allowed to say those!
She's allowed. She's
You're
allowed.
real good learners. Come back next week and I'll teach you about bitch.
Tails screaming and covering his ears and crying.
I think
Oh
think that Knuckles-
god!
I think if I
Knuckles
saw
can-
Ken Penders in real life, I would run
Oh.
just actively.
Same.
Yeah. Oh.
No, Frankie, Shadow would be like, don't look at me. You think I would do that to a child?
Yeah, I think Leak Phobia is right. I think Shadow just actively does not swear.
Uh-huh.
He could. He doesn't.
Yeah, he could, but he chooses not to.
Knuckles can also swear and chooses his spots very judiciously.
Listen. Shadow's best friend was like an 8-year-old. He is the master of inserting child-friendly exclamations of anger. Just, oh shoot. Oh darn it heck.
Shoot! I've still got a ways to go.
I think sometimes about how in Sonic 06, they recorded like level completion lines for Knuckles, but you know, there's never actually any levels where Knuckles is intended to be the final character when you beat it. So they never properly hooked up like any of the code to check like, oh, okay, what like ranking did you get? Okay, then play this voice line. And so in the speed runs, I don't know if they still do it, but it was a thing they used to do at some point at least. It was faster like sometimes to go through some levels or one level in the Sonic story and just like clip through a bunch of shit as Knuckles and then glide all the way over to like the goal ring. And so when you touch it, you know, you've gone fast, you've gotten a decent amount of points, you're gonna get like what, an A rank or an S rank. You get there and then Knuckles, because the game has like no detection for going, okay, you have this rank, play this line, just plays the lowest ranked like one as a default, and he just goes, shoot!
I've still got a ways to go.
Even though he beat the level in like 2 minutes as the wrong character and got a shit ton of points.
Listen, this is only a fraction of his true power.
Oh, the speedruns
Also,
rule.
we did have
Yeah.
a random science fact redemption, so
Yippee!
I'll get right on that. Since we're talking about the Sonic comics, it only feels fair to talk about our extant monotremes, echidnas and platypi. Platypuses, platypi, whatever. So you probably already know that monotremes do lay eggs, which is cool. They are mammals, at a stretch of the definition. Don't worry about what a mammal is, don't worry about
Mammals,
it, don't worry about it,
question
don't worry about it.
mark?
Mammals, they're
Uh,
generally warm. They have meat. Don't worry
They
about
do.
the rest.
You also probably know that male platypuses, platypi, whatever, are venomous. They have little spurs that they can use to kick venom into you. It's very cool.
Venom.
One thing you might not
Venom.
know, though, one thing you might not know about our two extant types of monotremes, is that they're very weird even by monotreme standards. Like, these are not your average monotremes. If you look at the fossil record, there are not many, if any, that look like these ones. These are little freak weirdo beasts, even by the standards of things we would consider little freak weirdo beasts, and I think that's beautiful.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank
Yippee!
fucking God. Ugh. Evolution is weird and fascinating. It's so weird and so much weirder than you think it is weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Animals are really
So,
out there.
They sure do.
believe in them. Believe in them. They are strange little fellows.
I'm always believing in them with a mix of wonder and terror.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, baby echidna.
Oh, baby
Puggles are
echidna.
good.
Puggle. Puggle. Oh,
I think more mammals should hatch from eggs, actually.
It would be cool. Jay, I hate to even ask this because we've been having such a nice time, but how many more questions do you have on your...
I've actually covered off most of the ones that I'd written down.
Ooh.
Like I said, it was a very small piece of paper.
And thank God for that.
This is a little bit unrelated. A plane was just flying overhead, and so like my mic was kind of picking up the sound of it. I don't think any of the actual sound was coming through on stream, but it was making my talk sprite just like keep opening up her mouth and smiling, which was funny.
Smile.
Yeah.
Smile.
Smile. Smile.
Smile, smile, smile.
I do have one more question on my questions sheet. And that is, what is Dr. Robotnik's strongest robot in canon? What is his most powerful creation?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean,
If
I
there
think
were
it
an
might be
all-out-
Gamma on account of haunted another robot.
I think it might be the Super Genesis wave because it reset the fucking universe.
That's also true. Resetting the universe is kind of a hard one to beat. That's how they explained getting rid of the Penders stuff, by the way.
Holy shit!
Approximate tier list in like no official order. Top 5. Number 5 on the list, Robotnik. And
Okay.
all of his different robot bodies that he made over the years, and even after he got unroboted, he still had so many robots that he could just jump ship into when he was still just like a weird data man from possibly another universe. Number 4, Omega, the ultimate of the E series robots. So super strong, a living fucking army in his own right. And then he decided it was time to fuck everything up. Number
Awesome.
3, I guess the final version of Metal Sonic that they had, who was like, oh, this is the strongest Metal Sonic yet. He's so powerful and he can do anything. And he was hot shit, I suppose. Number 2, Gamma, because he has a soul and he became a ghost. And I guess number 1 is not entirely his own creation. I think he technically did fucking collaborate with Dr. Wily on this. But the Super Genesis wave, which he used to reset the entire universe,
And I think it
something
still
like that.
counts because, like, he contributed, even if it was a collaborative project. That's still his creation.
Navis Claus in chat says, "Wait, from Mega Man? Yes, that Dr. Wily."
Yep, there was an extended arc, like a really extended arc, where it was a crossover with Mega Man and Sonic, and I guess that's
It
how they
wasn't
reset the
just-
universe.
It wasn't just with Mega Man. It was with like a couple of Capcom properties because they just bring in a fucking Gormagala from Monster Hunter at one point. And they just have to fight a Gormagala.
Gormagala?
I
Gormagala.
forgot about that. Holy fuck.
Okay, of all the monsters you could have pulled, I'm not upset, but Gormagala?
It was
Paul?
specifically Gormagala because I'm pretty sure that was around the time of like Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I'm pretty sure.
That makes sense. That makes sense. They got to do their
Right, okay,
advertising. They got to
yeah.
do their promotion.
When was the World Unite crossover? 2015. Okay, so no, it wasn't around then because 4U was like, when the fuck was 4 Ultimate again? Let me see. That was 4 was 2013, and then hang on. Maybe the times did line up for that. And then we had 4 Ultimate, and that was 2015 globally, and so then we had World Unite was 20. It was advertising for 4U. Son of a bitch! There you go. That's why.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because, like, I know people really like Gormagala. but I
Right.
feel like it just kind of showed up in like one game and then never really came back.
It showed
Oh.
up in one game because the entire plot was centralized around its mechanic and how its mechanic was fucking destroying the entire world and every ecosystem by driving everyone wild. And so if they brought it back for other games, then it would either have to be like, oh shit, Gormagala is doing the Gormagala thing again, or I guess this guy's here, I guess we gotta take it out before it's a problem or whatever.
Oh, right. Right. Got it.
Also, there haven't been like too many other games since like the heyday of 4. We've had like World, and we've had Rise, and we had Generations with Gormagala is in, so,
And I guess, the
Oh.
spin-offs, the stories games.
and the spin-offs, yeah.
No
How does
Magala in the
Sonic
woods.
Underground factor into all of this?
Oh no.
Oh god.
I've been waiting for here's a funny little anecdote to bring up. So, Sonic Underground, we know it, we love it. That other Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon that ran for like a little bit and just kind of got like shit scrammed because people
Every day of
fucking
my
hated
life
it.
I think about Sonic Underground.
People didn't like it. It had bad ratings, and so the show got canceled because of that. And
I can
so
still hear the theme song in my head.
for a time after that, the like Archie Comics folks were considering, hey, what if we did like a follow-up to Underground? What if we did a conclusion? What if we did like, completely removed, unrelated to our Archie Sonic continuity, but we got the writers here, we got the staff. What if we did like our own Sonic Underground series and then finish up the plot of that show? And so at first more or less direct quote from Ian Flynn at first is they were like, I don't know, maybe we won't do this. We don't really want to like step on the original creatives' toes because they had their own thing going they wanted to do. Like, far be it from us to go, oh, it's ours now, we're gonna do it for you, sort of thing. And then at the very least, he gave the non-committal answer of like, don't count on it. Certainly not for like the next like couple of years, if I'm even allowed to like do this at all, sort of thing. New York Comic Con 2012 comes around. So there's a series of comics called the Sonic Universe comics,
Oh, yep.
which are spin-offs. In no way related to, or largely unrelated to, like, the canon of the Archie Sonic series. And so they can just kind of do, like, what if stories or, like, stuff related to other things like that. New York Comic Con 2012 comes around, and they reveal there that Sonic Universe number 50 was originally intended to be the Sonic Underground official epilogue. And they showed like cover art. They talked like a little bit about how they were going to do it, and that was about it. That's about all that ever came out of that. 2013 comes around, early 2013. Ian Flynn directly says material from Sonic Underground is off limits.
What?
And that's specifically why they had to put their original Sonic Universe number 50 plan on hold, is because they were told Sonic Underground stuff completely off limits. He later stated the epilogue story would be featured in Hedgehog Tales, a written document compiling Sonic comic material that will no longer be used, seemingly confirming the epilogue is no longer a possibility. And then in 2017, Sega cancels the Archie Comics partnership and transfer the rights over to IDW. And so the franchise is completely gone, precluding the chance at all for, a Sonic Underground conclusion to be done by Archie.
That's
It's
so
never
wild.
explicitly, specifically said why they were told it's off limits. Some theories include the original writers really didn't want that to happen. B, Deke maybe still owned some rights and didn't want to let that happen.
Beak.
C, Ken Penders might have somehow been involved because
Of
maybe
course.
one of the characters in Sonic Underground who was like a Knuckles relative was used in the Archie Sonic comics as like a different character who he decided that it was his character now, and so like maybe that was part of that whole legal kerfuffle. No official reasoning was ever given. But those are all apparently plausible reasons why. Ken Penders probably wasn't
Yeah,
involved.
he probably wasn't involved. That's a
But
stretch.
the
Probably.
possibility
However, the fact that
stands.
it's a possibility scares me more than I can say.
It's
Like, you can never 100% write off Ken Penders being involved, which is the scariest thing. It usually
right.
is not the reason, but the fact that it's not, you can't just say, no, it's definitely not it, is scary.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
the reason why I looked this up is because I looked over at like my server very briefly, and someone like posted like, "Oh, hey, I heard that the reason why Sonic Underground got canceled is because of Ken Penders meddling." And so I wanted to look that up to make sure. No, Sonic Underground was canceled because the ratings were dog shit and no one enjoyed the show.
Aww.
Agony.
I heard someone saw Ken Penders on the wing of a moving aircraft tampering with the engines.
Again?
Yeah. Really messed up.
Kind of a bastard like that.
You enjoyed the show? That's fine. You're allowed to enjoy things I don't.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I enjoyed it when I was a little kid. Going back to it now, maybe not as much.
I watched Sonic Underground on Netflix many years ago as a
It
joke.
was on Netflix?
It was on Netflix.
Netflix
for,
got
like,
the rights
Canadian
to that on
Netflix,
purpose?
I think.
Canadian
I don't
Netflix.
know.
Yeah, it's not
might-
it's not like a egregiously bad like people like to act like it is, but it's also not good.
I
Yeah,
don't know anything about it.
it's a very special show. We'll say
It's-
that much.
It's like,
It's-
well, we can't just do Sonic Sat AM again because that's already its own thing. We can't just do Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog again. That's its own thing. They try to do like a middle ground. It
Mm.
weird
Mm.
in a lot of ways. It's not like egregiously horrible. It goes in a lot of odd, like this is a Deke cartoon from the 90s
Yup.
directions.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to sum up. Like, it's outside the boundaries of good or bad. It's a Deke cartoon from the 90s.
It's
Yup.
there. It exists. You watch it and you feel some sort of way about it as a kid because chances are, if you're watching fucking Sonic Underground, it means that you're homesick from school, and then you laugh and
Yeah.
smile and clap your hands because after the cartoon ends, they show a screenshot of like someone's bedroom, and then you hear someone say "dick."
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
That's true.
this is a question exclusively for the 3 people in chat with me and literally no one else.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sonic Underground or Dink the Little Dinosaur? Discuss.
What's that?
I am going to Google.
I've definitely talked to you about Dink the Little Dinosaur.
You have
Ollie.
told me about Dink
Wait,
the
son of a
Little
bitch! Yes,
Dinosaur.
you have.
What the
This
fuck
thing!
is this? What is this?
I'm going with Sonic Underground, if only because looking at Dink makes me ill.
I think I have to pick Sonic Underground by default because I've seen 2 episodes of that when I was a kid. I have never seen any of Dink the Dinosaur to this day.
Yeah, I guess I would have to choose Sonic Underground.
Although,
But
Dink
also, I know
has a
little.
certain ring to it.
The littlest
don't-
dinosaur. Snail,
Ooh,
I
any
will gladly
dinkers?
tell you about Dink the littlest dinosaur off stream if you so please. It's weird. It was like a weird
Alright.
Land Before Time ripoff TV show.
Alright, I'm clearing out my schedule. You fucking talk my ear off about it.
Alright, oh, I just realized I have one more question on my questions sheet,
Ooh, yes.
Huh?
and I hope this is gonna cause a problem. I hope this will cause problems on purpose. Did they ever explain what ruined some of the ruined zones, like Hydro City, Marble Garden? Did they ever tell us what happened?
I genuinely don't know. I don't know if they use like those specific zones in the comics. I know they're like we already talked about the lost city of the ancients, aka Station Square. But yeah, I don't know how many of those specific zones are like referenced in a very direct manner, especially because a lot of like the stuff from like the early Sonic era, like Sonic 2, Sonic 3, that was kind of coinciding with like the earliest comics where they weren't so much drawing from the games as they were from the Sat AM series. And then it was like
Oh.
later on when they started, they're like, well, we got to advertise for Sonic Adventure, that they started pulling the games into the comic verse. So I don't know how much of like the earliest Sonic games got referenced directly in the comics.
So,
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hydrocity Zone, more commonly known as Hydro City, is
Yeah?
an ancient and abandoned underground city filled with water located underground on Angel Island.
Uh-huh.
It was
Uh-huh.
supposedly constructed even before Echidnaopolis had been.
Echidnaopolis.
Uh-huh. Go
It is
on.
completely unspecified how and why. Knowing what we know about the Sonic the Hedgehog Archie Comics universe, it is reasonable to believe that it is the ruins of a human sewer system under Angel Island.
What is a human sewer system doing under Angel Island?
Well,
Well, you see,
remember,
Angel Island wasn't always floating.
Oh no.
and remember, Jay, this is post-apocalyptic Earth.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Here is a direct quote from the wiki that's also, speculation along the same lines that I'm thinking. Assuming Hydro City was built before Echidnaopolis, it would have to have been built under the ground and before the floating island was created.
Hmm.
Also, it specifically appears in like one of the Knuckles the Echidna spin-off comics, number 32.
Yeah, that's something
and
I
then-
don't think I don't think we've even mentioned that yet. There was a spin-off series of like, I want to say 30-something issues that was like the Knuckles the Echidna spin-off that was pretty much, here you go, Ken Penders, do what you want.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
And then they started instead after that kind of wrapped up, because it wasn't working so much as like a solo series. They instead pulled it more of like, okay, well, we'll have one like quote unquote mainline story in each issue, and then like a second that's more like a spin-off. Yeah, there also was I think even more briefly, a Sally spin-off.
There
Man,
were
Sally
32
Acorn got
issues.
done dirty at like every possible angle in this fucking comic. Like everything
Poor
was kind
Sally.
of bad for her until she started dating Nicole.
There were 32 issues of the Knuckles the Echidna spin-off, and of note, Ken Penders was cover artist, but not the only cover artist. Did pencils, but not the only person doing pencils. And of note, was the main, if not the only, writer on the series.
Oy.
Ooh, doggy.
Oh.
And yeah, that's right. I forgot about the shit with the dingoes. That shit sucked.
What?
The what?
There was like the dingoes also lived on Angel Island. There was weird tension between the dingoes
Oh,
and the
great.
echidnas.
Awesome.
Because that's what I definitely want from Ken Penders, of all people, is him ham-fisted.
Yeah, I trust him to handle that topic delicately.
Which, kind of sucks, because the idea of, like, Mobian dingoes is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Please. This whole stream has just been, these concepts are so cool. Please, God,
Yeah,
save
you can
them.
you can understand why like I latched onto these hardcore as a kid when I didn't have like the mental capacity to unpack stories on a complex
Mhm.
level. And now that I
Right.
do, it's like, man, there's some ideas that are so cool, and I don't trust these people with any of them.
When
Uh-huh.
you're a kid and you're not thinking about this shit, it's like, oh my god, this is great. Cool stuff is on my pages and Sonic is there.
Yeah.
There's cool
Yeah.
colors, they're doing action. Oh my god, there's danger and romance.
Oh my god, you can call me Knuckles. Yeah, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned earlier the comic I have in front of me right now on the layout. That's the first comic I ever wrote. I was lucky. It was the start of a new arc, but it was immediately following up another like super big arc where a ton of shit happened. Oh my god. Oh,
This is a
that's
very
another
special
fucking
series.
thing that I
Uh-huh.
haven't brought up yet, and I don't know how.
Oh.
There was a not Maria Maria there was like
What?
there was another like niece of Robotnik's that like looked just like Maria, but she was a different character. Yeah, Hope Kintobor. And y'all remember Snively? Any of y'all know
Yep.
Snively? He
Whiplash?
No,
From
not
Wacky
Whiplash, a different
Races?
one.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like, I think he's Eggman's nephew. He's like part.
Before you keep going, I'm gonna post an awesome picture of Hope and her family
Please, please, please! I want to look at it with my eyes.
in the stream chat and in the Discord.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
Normal
There's a lot
family
hap-
portrait.
There's a
Uh-huh.
lot happening here.
Hell on earth. What the fuck?
Pretty good.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Oh.
God bless him, but the like early mid 2000s Sonic the Hedgehog comic staff were like, yeah, I know how to draw a person. I know how to draw a person that makes sense in the universe of Sonic the Hedgehog.
So, of Sonic Hedgehog.
I can make this work stylistically.
Oi, oi.
And this is what she looks like when they try to make her actually look like a person in Sonic's universe.
Yeah, she's cute when they actually nail the style.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay,
like Hope.
that's cute.
This looks like she looks like she's about to go have a fun day out with her uncles Mario and Luigi.
I
Yeah.
was literally about to say she looks like someone's Mario fan child.
Yeah, it's cute.
It is cute. It's a fun little design.
A lot of them were X-Men artists. That makes sense. That makes a lot of
Ah.
sense. That explains a lot immediately about the stylistic
Oh,
choices.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
I guess that makes sense. A lot of the like, big syndicated comics were just like superhero stuff at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Although I think I don't my comics history is a little shaky, but I think that was
Same.
kind of when like things were getting rough for like Marvel specifically.
Wait,
So that's probably why all
if
the
I-
X-Men people moved over to Archie.
Ah.
Yeah,
Actually.
if I remember correctly, there was a big downturn at Marvel DC. One of them, question mark.
Mhm.
Yeah, early 2000s was rough for Marvel.
Mid-90s?
Yeah,
Yep.
90s to early 2000s, like pretty much right up until Marvel started doing the things we know Marvel for right now. They were kind of on the downturn. Things were rough for them in like early 2000s, and then they figured out, well, what if we made movie? What if we made big movie? And then they became billionaires again.
And then they blocked my neighborhood, so it was hard to park for a week.
Yep. Thanks, Marvel.
Great.
Yeah, they were like
Yay.
bordering on bankruptcy. It was really rough for them. This isn't a Marvel history stream though. This is about the Archie Sonic comics.
I don't think Marvel talk along stream is anything that any of us are equipped to do.
Not even a little.
Yet.
Not even a little.
Not at all. What?
Marvel
do you
is dying.
mean, yes?
This ain't about him.
Anyway, yeah, Hope and Snively are half siblings.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Oh yeah, also in the arc that introduced her, Snively became a robot. He got the
Right.
robot plague
Oh,
and like
God.
chose actively to continue doing evil.
I have such baffling news to share.
Oh please.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So you know how we haven't really talked about any of the like, post Super Genesis Wave retcon stuff because like none of us are really familiar with that at all.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
there's a really handy thing on the wiki that I'm using where they will specifically, have like denotations between this is the pre-Super Genesis Wave article, this is the post-Super Genesis Wave article. So, you have that split off between like this is, one continuity, this is the other, so you don't like get them mixed up, get the wires
Yes.
crossed, things like that. There is a post-retcon article for Snively, and he straight up looks like one of those BuzzFeed, oh my god, this character from a Disney movie grew up and they're hot now edits.
I'm
What?
scared. Please
I hate
post
that.
this image.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
What
oh, no.
happened? He got a beard. He's on the
What?
tee.
Who is this?
This is
My man
Snively.
Snively on the good tee.
Bald. Like to slap his bald head. Reblock to slap his bald head.
Ah, I see.
Also, apparently now in like the new continuity, well, I guess not now because it doesn't exist anymore, but he fucking defected from working with Robotnik and now works for GUN.
Holy shit.
Quote, possibly as a means to facilitate his own bid for conquest of the world.
Fair.
There was some interesting stuff getting set up before the full reboot, like before they swapped to RDW. I've got to look up some of the
genuinely some interesting stuff happening.
Yeah, I got to look up some of the like late Archie run stuff because it looks genuinely good, and it'd probably be a good way to like kind of get a feel for like do that and then jump into the IDW stuff. That'd be fun. I'm gonna do that one of these days.
Here's something interesting as well.
Uh-oh.
According to a Twitter conversation with Ian Flynn, Snively post-retcon was no longer related to Eggman. This is due to Sega mandates not allowing family for the main game cast.
Interesting.
Good plan. Good plan.
I think that's you know how like you go into like a restaurant or something and there's like a weirdly specific rule and you're like something happened to cause this. But specifically Ken Penders.
You're touching the ground and you're saying, "Oh, something happened here."
Something happened here, and an image of Ken Penders fades in over my shoulder.
Apparently, Ian Flynn though did some real goddamn good work on the Sonic comics, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes me excited to see because he's working on the writing for Sonic Frontiers apparently, which makes me really interested to see where that ends up going.
Yeah. I know some folks who are Sonic likers. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure this includes you, Puzz. I know some folks who are Sonic likers that have some very strong opinions about, like, you know, the writing and the quality of the writing and the writers throughout the franchise over the years, not just in the comics, but in the games as well. Pretty much everyone I know who is into Sonic like that just universally likes Ian Flynn, so
yeah,
that's neat.
The stuff I've seen that I know for a fact he's worked on, it's been like, oh shit, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like we were talking earlier, some of the shit from like the Angel Island arcs and the 25 Years Later arc that was like, wow, this was actually pretty cool. I'm sad that they didn't do more with this. It was because Ian Flynn contributed.
So, like, basically, whenever anything super fucking cool happened, it's like, oh yeah, okay, Ian did this.
There's probably a lot of other people that were doing good work, to be fair. I just don't know my name.
Oh, 100%. Like, God, especially something like this, like seeing all the people who are doing like pencils and inks and like writing stuff and editing and like, oh, this was a fucking army of people just really try, and especially in some of the later stuff when like it was a little like more established and like was less people like throwing spaghetti at the wall. Yeah, I know it's an ad. I'm gonna just try to keep stalling for time. Yeah, yeah, Ian, thank you for Nicole. Thank you.
Ian,
but yeah, it seems like especially towards like the end, it seemed to be mostly a team of people who like really genuinely felt passionately about the comic specifically and Sonic in general. Very similar to like the way you could feel with stuff like Mania, where it was like, this is people who really genuinely feel for this series and these characters and have a lot of affection for him. It's like that kind of love is tangible, and like even if you don't end up with something perfect, which sometimes you don't do, but you can genuinely feel the love. Yeah, nothing's perfect. Yeah. But I would rather have something imperfect that was made with a lot of love than something that's like technically perfect but is just like complete like sterile corporate bullshittery.
Mm-hmm. I don't care about something perfect. I care about something interesting made by people who cared about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't like a bunch of the folks that were working on the Archie Sonic like, you know, jump ship and move on over to IDW?
I think so. Like, or at least like a significant portion of them, because like I remember seeing like when I was looking through some of these like covers for this little display, I found some of like the ones towards the tail end, and like there was some like Tyson Hesse covers that fucked supremely, and I know Tyson's doing some stuff with the newer ones and obviously with like Sonic as a whole, and like obviously Ian Flynn was head writer for a while before he turned that over to forgive me, I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but
someone in chat did mention it, and
yeah,
like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, whoever they are, they're, from what I've seen, they're doing an excellent job.
Yeah, to their credit, You'll have to forgive me, I don't remember their name because I don't really keep up with the Sonic comics myself, but to their credit, I've not heard anything, bad about the quality of the comics ever since that, pass over to a different head writer happened, so...
Yeah,
That's a good sign.
Mechanomorphic is saying apparently Ian directly asked Sega to bring over a lot of his previous contributors, so, like, damn, good for him! That's some king
Hell
shit.
yeah. Looking out
Nice.
for his fucking contemporaries, you love to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's the shit
awesome.
you do love to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it as we're I think we're heading towards like wrapping up just because Jay's running out of questions, and Jake, I know we're probably gonna send y'all over Jake's way when we wrap up because Jake's gonna be streaming pretty soon. He's gonna be doing Fire Emblem with friend of the stream Slimo, so make sure you go and watch that. Okay, it's gonna be a fun time. But anyway,
Go
just
check it out. His streams are fun.
yeah. As we're wrapping,
I have so many graphs ready.
Who's ready to learn about maths, you sons of bitches?
Yippee!
No, graphs. Because
Graphs is math.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. Well, I have plans.
Plans is math.
Yeah. Evan Stanley is the current head writer. Thank you. Couldn't remember their name. But yeah, as we're wrapping it, I'm actually kind of pleased because we've gone from like the exhaustion and like agony talking about like the earliest comics and like shit that's been in them and like the weird choices they made and the like inelegant attempts to tackle heavy topics, but then as we're sliding towards wrap it up, it's become like we can see how this evolved into something that was made by people who really felt passionately and had a lot of talent and a lot of love, and were putting that all out on the line and really becoming just like I'll just say it, like whether it's the rough early ones or like the goofy really really early ones that were more like gag comics essentially, or these newer ones, you can see in all of them, sometimes more easily than others, but in all of them there's some real passion here and some real love, and that you don't always get that, especially with like a fucking this is essentially an advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an advertisement, and there's some real love in them, and
Yeah.
you gotta appreciate that. And yeah, also the Statue Man should have a spin-off. I'm just gonna say it. You're right, Frankie.
He really should.
All right. Do we have any closing remarks?
I saw someone a couple times ask about Scourge the Hedgehog. I guess I can briefly talk about that.
Scourge is deserving of a stream all his fucking own.
I'll keep it short. They like to do a lot of what if alternate universe stuff like that. So there's a lot of other not Sonics out there. One I remember is named Zonic with a Z at the start, and he's like a fucking interdimensional cop who keeps people from committing interdimensional crimes or something like that.
Fuck Sonic.
Fuck
Scourge is specifically Sonic from What If Everything Was Just Bad in This Universe, who grew up with fucking father issues because his dad never got turned into a robot and instead was a shitty king. And so he was so sad all the time, and so he decided to, like, become a fucking shithead rebel, like, acting out because he wanted attention or some dumb shit like that they decided had to be an important plot point for him. And so for a while he was just, I'm evil Sonic. I come in and I impersonate Sonic and then I'm evil, doing the shadow thing, but he was blue.
But he actually looked like Sonic, so it makes sense.
Right. And so you might be thinking, what are you talking about, Holly? Scourge isn't blue, he's green. So... there's one point where, they're doing yet another episode about evil Sonic who's, coming in and doing his own shit. And he's like, well, I want to get the powers. I want to get the super Chaos Emerald powers and power up, and I want to cause problems. And so, he's chugging the Chaos Juice. He's chugging to get charged. Knuckles' dad punches him to get him to cut that shit out. And specifically punches him with Chaos Energy, I guess. And it turns him green.
And then he became cool is the problem.
And then he decides, oh, holy shit, I'm green. That means I'm my own person now. And now I'm just gonna go, like, all in on this edgy bad boy shtick.
Yeah, and it kind of ruled is the problem. Like, the Scourge, especially the later Scourge, was actually
Yeah.
kind of neat. Like they
Mhm.
brought in his whole like bad boy gang of like evil versions of the character. My favorite, shocking no one, was Evil Amy, who was basically Harley Quinn.
Right. It's
Awesome.
literally they did the whole thing they did with Amy, the creepy like, oh, well, what if she used the ring and so it actually turned her into like, a young adult instead of being 11, but instead she used a different ring in this universe, and for whatever reason, it was the ring that turns you into the Joker, so it turned her into the Joker.
Yeah.
You
She's
got
like, she still
Joker-fied.
looks like the Sonic CD person. She's got like fucking fangs and shit. She's just charging out of wormholes,
Yeah.
trying to beat you into a fine mist with her big hammer.
Also,
Awesome.
specifically, her hammer, instead of, being like the flat-faced Pico, like construction hammer
Spikes,
type thing like
spikes,
that,
spikes.
it has one giant fucking spike tip.
Yes.
Oh,
So, all that force is concentrated into a single point. This is a hammer that kills you by, like, piercing your organs instead of crushing your bones.
nice.
Yeah, she
nice,
kind of
nice.
ruled, is the
But
problem.
it also still crushes your bones. It does both.
It does.
It can do both.
That is the most powerful hammer I've heard of.
Yeah.
Every time people talk about Scourge, my brain goes to two places. One, oh, that's Chronic the Weed Hog. I know that.
But yeah, that is just Chronic the Hemp Hog, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Chronic the Hemp Hog. Two, fucked up, huh?
Oh, Holly has just posted a full. Yeah, here's the problem. This crew kind of fucks.
Let's see them. Let's see them.
You
I
know,
want to see
Predator
them.
Hawk, Sergeant Simeon, Flying Frog, Sleuth Dog, Drago Wolf, Fiona Fox, Lightning Lynx. You know them. You love them.
Yeah, I forgot that Fiona was like from the bad timeline. I thought she was just another. We need another love triangle. Let's make up a girl.
I mean, I don't know how wrong you are about that.
Yeah, I think they also did that, but with the twist of like, oh yeah, she's also like from the bad universe and is working with Scourge.
Yeah.
So like, she wasn't just like, we need to write another love triangle. It's like, we need to write another love triangle, but also she's going to be fucked up and evil this time.
Oh, I love Lightning Lynx, actually.
Lightning Lynx is kind of a cool design.
Yeah.
Lightning Lynx looks like Bubsy's cousin, but punk.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's a Bubsy. That's the same species as a Bubsy.
You are unfortunately correct.
Also, from Scourge's universe, which I will note, is known as Mobius, spelled Moebius. There is the inverse of Robotnik, whose name is Dr. Ivo Kintobor. And there's two main differences about him. One which I think is dog shit, and one which I think is kind of fun. Number one, he's not fat, which is like, come on, why?
Cringe.
Because the whole thing
on.
is that, he's not the villain in this one, and so they show that with
Fucking
being
fat
and it's
phobia
like,
in my Sonic. Come on.
don't do that.
Rip
He's
that
not even
shit.
Eggman anymore. How are you supposed to be Eggman if you're not egg-shaped?
The other one
Hey!
is that, he's a nice dude who uses his, robot-powered invention stuff to do veterinary work.
Oh.
He makes like a fucking hospital to help people.
Good.
Oh.
Instead of, making SWAT bots, like original Robotnik does in the Prime universe to, like, hunt people down as robot cops, they have the exact same design because it's the joke. They're called sweet bots. They wear little, like, frilly maid aprons and they go around cleaning things up.
Oh!
Look at that!
Oh, it's like the maids in Sonic Adventure. Aw.
Mhm.
Aw.
That's cute.
Also, there's, like, specifically, like, the evil version of Bunny Rabbot in this universe who has, like, I think it's, like, some kind of, like, genetic deficiency, or, like, I don't remember the exact words they use for it, but, she's got something with her body. Her body is fighting itself. It's bad. It's not good. And she's still part of the evil team, and, nice Robotnik is like, okay, look, I know that we don't see eye to eye. I want to help you. He makes this universe's version of Omega. It is called the Omega Care Unit. It is a mech suit that she sits in that, like, distributes medical aid to her body so that she can stay alive.
That rules. Oh.
Also, it's blue.
I'm remembering immediately why, like, this, like, the later Scourge shit was compelling me, because this kind of rules.
Also, the best part about that is that Evil Bunny Rabbot is so touched by the fact that this dude was just like, look, I know that like you've tried to kill me a million times, but I still want to help you. She's so touched by that she dedicates her life now in this robot suit to fucking protecting him. She's still a super violent menace, but also she's good now.
That rules. I love that. Yeah, I vaguely
Good for her.
remember Blue Omega, but I forgot that Blue Omega was like Bunny's medical
So-
buddy. Also, people in
No,
chat,
I-
and I would not be surprised if they're right. They're saying that Evil Bunny's issue was that she had the same like disease that Maria had in like this
Yes, it
SA2
is.
Backstory.
Neuroimmunodeficiency syndrome.
You're telling me the weird verse Dr. Robotnik is Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah.
Also, I
Yeah.
think I just
Awesome.
realized that this was supposed to be their attempt at an AIDS allegory.
Oh.
Because it's NIDS.
I think that might be from like I don't know if we can blame the comics for that one.
I don't know.
But I mean they sure kept it going.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to hop over to get stuff set up on my
Yeah.
stream.
We'll wrap
So
up
we can-
here so that
Yeah,
we can raid over
so-
to you when you're ready.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. This has been enlightening and horrifying.
Yeah. This was so much fun. I love you all so much. You're my friends. This was a great time. Let's never do this
Yeah.
again.
Why not?
Agreed.
What if I think of another thing that we can talk about for a couple hours, though? What then?
Then we'll talk
I'll
about
sign
it.
up.
But maybe we put Sonic the comic in its grave where it belongs.
It doesn't have to be Sonic again.
Oh no, we can talk about something else like this for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm
Alright.
getting out my shovel to put these cursed relics back into the tomb from whence they came.
There they go.
Okay. I'll see y'all later.
See ya.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
All right. My goodness.
Uh-huh.
This has been a very exciting stream. I hope that you all have learned as much as I have today.
I remembered a lot and learned a lot of other.
I genuinely feel like I have a fever now. I think this gave me the illness.
Uh-huh.
It gave you the sickness.
I got down with the sickness.
You come on and
Oh,
you got
no.
down with.
Oh, Frankie, genuinely, if you have like an idea, hit me up because like this has been genuinely fun. I would love to do streams like this more
Uh-huh.
sometimes. If
This
you
is-
have
this
an
has been
idea,
a
hit
fun
me up.
little thing. This
Yeah,
has been fun. Just wrangle some folks together to do a round table about something we all know something about, even if it's
Yeah,
not a lot.
it's really fun. That's the thing. Like, if you know too much about it, then it works better to do almost like more of a PowerPoint type thing, where it's like
Right.
I'm going to explain to someone who doesn't know this information because I know a lot about it and am passionate about it and want to talk about it. This is the exact perfect setting for like a round table because it's like we all have approximate knowledge of this, and one person with a wiki tab open, and we just have to all figure it out together.
We all have approximate knowledge of this, and one sicko who loves looking in encyclopedias.
Oh, Holly. Literally, as soon as we hang up here, I am going to open up the Thanks Ken Penders blog and learn again.
I've never actually gone through like most of that blog. I ought to at some point.
Yeah.
It's still so funny to me that the person or maybe one of the people behind Super Lesbian Anal RPG is also the fucking visionary behind Thanks Ken Penders.
Yeah. Shouts out to Bobby. Oh my
Shouts
god, I'm so
out.
excited for Lesbian Animal RPG. It looks
God,
so good.
I am gonna be all fucking over that when it's out.
Yeah. Also, Frankie, I know you're joking, but I would actually participate in that if you asked me.
Oh, that would be neat. I have like an approximate tangential knowledge of some parts of Kingdom Hearts.
I played a lot of it
heard
in
of
like
it.
my childhood, but I don't have much knowledge of the spin-offs, and especially not like the later spin-offs. I say spin-offs, they're all crucial parts of the narrative. It's not fair to call them spin-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not.
Yeah.
It's-
We've activated
it's-
bugs. It's over for us all.
Oh,
It's
no.
why it's
Oh,
funny
no.
whenever people are sometimes like, oh my god, there was, like 20 years or whatever between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3. It's not actually 20 years, I'm making a number up. And it's like, I mean, yeah, but also they've been making 20 other sequels in between
Yeah,
that
and they're
time.
all critical to understanding the plot. Like, that's the thing.
You need to be at least aware of all of them to understand what's going on in 3.
Yeah, there are 0 spin-offs. There are non-numbered sequels.
These are not spin-offs, these are offs.
Yeah.
These are ons.
These are on
your TV.
Yippee!
Or your phone.
or your phone,
Yeah, sometimes a Nintendo DS.
or sometimes your old Nokia phone.
Yeah, Birth by Sleep is
Oh.
like crucial to understanding, especially like the start of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, the funniest one is that all the mobile games have like crucial knowledge. You cannot
You got-
skip the mobile games. You will
You-
not
you-
understand what's going on if you have not played the mobile games.
You gotta look up stuff about the gacha game, and you gotta look up stuff about the DS remake of the old phone game, like the Nokia game.
Oh god, so not to shill my friend's stream so much,
No,
but
go for
also
it,
I'm
go
going
for
to
it,
shill
do
my
it, do
friend's
it.
stream. Bugs and Frankie, Friendly Frankenstein and Face Full of Bugs, good friends, look at their stuff in general because they're talented, wonderful people, but also
Uh-huh.
they have been playing Kingdom Hearts. Which one? Yes! They are going through all the Kingdom Hearts, every single one, on your screen, and
Yep.
they have been like teasing to us how they are trying to figure out how to stream and communicate the information from the mobile game, which is no longer available to play.
The fucking gacha game that they axed, which has plot critical information
That
for
you
Kingdom
literally
Hearts 3.
cannot play Kingdom Hearts 3 without an understanding of and follow the story.
I mean, you can. It's just gonna be weird.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's genuine. Like, it has been reminding me why Kingdom Hearts is so special to so many people, and it's a genuinely fun time. You should be watching it.
Frankie
Enjoy
says
it.
they have a plan.
Oh, I'm so
Oh.
scared and so excited to see how you
With-
guys tackle it.
With a very enunciated period at the end of that sentence, they have a plan.
Period. That carries so much weight.
Male Wife in chat says, I wish I could play KHUX. I miss her so bad. This is largely unrelated to what you're saying. Also, hi, Adrian. Every time I see someone abbreviate that game as KHUX, I misread it as KNUX, and I'm just like, Nux, Knuckles.
Why is there not
Knucks?
a Knuckles mobile game? Not like Sonic 3 and Knuckles on mobile, which exists, but Knuckles, the mobile game.
There's Sonic Dash.
No.
Knuckles is in it.
I want Knuckles, the game.
Fruit Ninja, but with fists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Punch-
that would be good.
Fruit puncher. Fruit boxing. Fruit
boxer.
MMA. Fruit violence.
Yeah, if you watch the whole sorry, I'm looking up a thing. If you watch the whole the whole Kingdom Hearts
The-
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to type it. I can't find it.
If you watch
Someone
every
put
Kingdom
Video
Hearts-
Warrior in chat. If you watch all the VODs, you get to be a Video Warrior.
Yes. You want
I
this,
haven't,
you
so
want
I'm not
this.
allowed to be a video
You want
warrior.
this.
There you go.
Thank you.
You want Video Warrior.
I
do
think
want
actually
Video
a
Warrior.
phone game that's just Knuckles keeping an eye on the Chow Garden on Angel Eye, that would heal me. That would heal society.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People keep asking, why don't they just make another Chow Garden game? The answer to that is, don't fucking wait on a corporation to make your dreams come true. Do that shit yourself. Have you considered Wobble Dogs?
Oh, I gotta check out Wobble Dogs.
Have you considered Wobble Dogs, which I'm told is very much, fuck it, we're gonna make our own Chow Garden.
I gotta check that shit out. It looks really cute.
Same. I've had like a bunch of folks in my Discord server like just like screen sharing that like on their own time, and I am trying so hard to not watch them because it's like, oh, but I want to go into the game knowing as little as I can.
Oh my god,
Fuck.
same.
But it looks like they're having so much fun. Fuck.
I've been avoiding your the fishing game for the same reason, because it's like I know I'm
Moonglow
gonna
Bay?
want to play this one of these
Moonglow Bay.
days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Moonglow Bay. I'm like, I
Oh,
want
that's
to
a good
watch
game.
the stream, but also I want to play the fishing game.
It's okay. You can play it yourself, and then you can go watch them some other day if you still want to.
I will. You know I will.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if Jake's live yet.
Wobble Dog sounds like a regional name for a kind of bird.
It does.
This is in the
Jake is
same
live.
group.
Jake's
Oh,
live?
he's live.
Yeah.
All
How's
right.
about we get that raid roll?
There he is. Yeah, we're gonna raid you over to Jake so you can watch him some more. He's gonna be playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. Do you remember the route he's on right now? I don't.
Golden Deer.
Golden Deer.
They're apparently starting Golden Deer today, I think.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys are gonna go see Jake and our friend Slimo playing Golden Deer, and it's gonna be fun. Thank y'all so much for joining us for comics today. Thank y'all for joining in with the bit. Thank you for donating. Thank you for being kind. Make sure you show Jake that same kindness. Follow his chat rules. Be good folks, and have a good rest.
Also,
of your day.
thanks for fucking 500 followers.
Yeah,
here. Hell
500
Yeah,
fucking
absolutely.
Y'all
followers.
know some
Thank you,
good
everyone.
fucking videos when you see them. Thanks for sticking
Ah,
around.
shucks. Oh, Jake says to do Black Eagles, not Golden Deer. Okay,
Oh,
Black.
I'm wrong. I'm a fool.
It's okay. It's okay.
Don't listen to me.
Black
I'm a
Eagles.
sham.
Go watch Black Eagles. Bye, everyone.
Watch Black Eagles. Goodbye.
All right, I'm gonna stop our stream right here.